Hey you, welcome to my channel. I'm Sirian Psychic and you are probably here for your shadow work journey. But face reveal, yay! Yeah, don't got time for that excitement because storage issues, guys. Okay, if you're wondering what the fuck is shadow work is basically working with your subconscious aspects. So, aspects of the self which have been suppressed, repressed, denied, disowned, disassociated with, that you might be in denial of, or basically your deep seated, deeply rooted fears, insecurities that lie in your subconscious mind. And let's just say have been haunting you for your entire life. That is your shadow self, your subconscious aspects that you run away from. And shadow work is working with those aspects, getting to know them, acknowledging their existence, and finding reconciliation with them. Okay, so that is what shadow work is. It's nothing woo woo, it's all science actually. Like psychology science, you can say. Okay, for this particular reading, I would really appreciate if you could stick through the intro because I just feel it's important. So this was supposed to be a normal love reading. When I say normal, I mean like um, a reading regarding your love interest, like how does your crush feel towards you or something like that. But then my mind started minding and I I asked myself the question that if I were you, the viewer watching this reading, I would really ask myself the question that why would I, instead of directly communicating with the person of interest, why would why instead of doing that, I would be sitting in front of a random stranger on the internet telling me how my crush feels about me. Like, you know what I'm getting at? Yeah, even my dog does. So it's a cell phone, you guys. I'm telling you, it's our goddamn stupid phones. We should go back to writing love letters. And then questions like, am I afraid of this person? Like, why do I hesitate to communicate? Why do I freeze up every single time? You know? And is it just me checking out? Um, or is it something much more deeper? So I decided to go with the deep end answer because there can be things that might be subconsciously withholding us from feeling safe enough to communicate our feelings, obviously. So if you come in the category of, yeah, I'm just chickening out, I don't know, you can decide if you want to watch this video or not, because this is not going to be how does this person feel about me. No, this video is not going to be about your person at all. This video is going to be about you. What the fuck is going on in your subconscious? and and how can you help yourself work with this? You know what I'm getting at? Okay, so asking how does this person feel about me is totally fine. Okay, no judgments there. You do you. It might even give you some non-alcoholic liquor courage to, like, talk to your person. I know I hesitate a lot. Also, I wanted to add, this is technically a reading for those who are single, but since I changed the entire foundation of the kind of reading I wanted to do, you can be in a relationship as well if you are struggling with communicating with your partner, or you know you get a point, right? Also, this is a timeless reading, so you can be watching this whenever you want, and it's totally gender fluid and also LGBTQ friendly, so you can be watching this. I mean, it doesn't matter because, like I said, we're going to be looking at your subconscious. It's not about a person. This is exclusively for you. my child. Okay, but for today's reading, we are going to be digging in deeper, and it might trigger the hell out of you. Did I scare you enough? You can click out of this video right now if you wanna. No, I'm just kidding. Stay. But for those who like to ride this rodeo, hop in. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so let's get down with the reading breakdown. Okay, so for today's reading, we are going to be looking at three main things. First question is, what are your conscious and subconscious negative beliefs and associations about love and relationships / connections? Now, we're specifically looking at the negative beliefs because that is going to be the shadow aspects that we're going to help you figure out what are these shadow aspects and how can you work on them, basically. So that's how we're specifically looking at the negative beliefs and associations with love that you might hold. Okay. Then we're going to look at the root cause of these beliefs and associations. And then we're going to look at how can you uproot these beliefs and associations. And then finally, we're going to end the reading with some extra advice and messages. Okay? Today we have 4 groups. Group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. Group number 1 is this beautiful desert rose, and this is the imagery. Sorry, I have to hide this because of YouTube policies. For group number 2, we have this really beautiful green Aventurine crystal, and this is the imagery. Well, these are actually oracle cards. I don't know why I'm calling them imagery. They're just so beautiful. For group number 3, we have this leopard skin Jasper. I forgot for a moment. And this is the beautiful artwork for this card. And finally, for group 4, we have this beautiful rhodonite crystal. And this is the artwork of the oracle card. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some time to stay with the cards, or like you can just pause the video and stay longer with them and see which one calls you, which one draws you in the most. For first timers doing a pick a card reading, you basically have to feel out with your intuition which card or crystal calls to you, keeping the intention in your mind that which is your group, and you're basically gonna pick a card or a crystal. Okay, maybe this is my the card that I'm drawn to. So what you're gonna do next is you're gonna go to the timestamps, and yes, there will be timestamps in the video and also in the description box, so you can directly jump to your reading. But okay, I'm gonna start with group number 1. Hello, group 1. So if you chose this very beautiful desert rose and this beautiful artwork, then this is your reading, and let's begin. So we'll be looking at this particular card later on because this is part of the extra messages. So I'm gonna keep that here. Okay. The first thing we're gonna look at is what are your conscious negative associations with love, romantic connections, or partnerships. So for that we have Santosha. Okay. And then we're going to look at what are your subconscious negative beliefs and associations regarding love and romantic connections and partnerships, for which we have Prana. Interesting. We will be pulling tarot for clarifiers, but let's start with your reading. Okay, so with the desert rose, I think I wanna start with this first. I feel like you are someone that you can count this as energy check. If you vibe with this, then you know this is your group. But I feel with the desert rose, you are someone who feels like you are a multifaceted, multidimensional being, you know, and there are like so many layers to you, like this desert rose, like so many layers to you that I'm hearing people often get confused or they're not able to figure you out. And maybe sometimes you yourself are not able to figure you out. I'm hearing Gemini energy, Aries as well. But I feel like you love to take up your space. It does not matter if people get you or not, if you get yourself or not, because if something exists, it exists. I am who I am, and I love who I am, and I exist as I am. That's the energy I'm feeling for your group. And it's like, because there are like so many layers of you, you feel that people around you are not able to understand you properly. Or I'm also hearing maybe you also meet people who are not curious enough to want to get to know you. Like you haven't met someone who is just down to like get to know you properly. Like I feel you might be someone who might be a listener, but I think you are also a speaker. I think you also love talking, but for some reason, up till now in relationships you have allowed, because I think you know that you are comfortable taking space. You have probably learned over the years to give your partners or other people that you're seeing or dating the space to, open up and talk about them. And once you give them that space and they open up and everything, but they don't reciprocate that energy back, like it's like, okay, yeah, I spoke about myself and yeah, thank you for letting me in. I don't know, it's like that's it, and you're like, okay, but what about me? You didn't ask me about how I think about this or what I like. you know and that's like that's your radar. That's how you're able to tell whether if this person is, if you're going to be compatible with a person or not, just by having a conversation with them where you see if the person is able to keep the basic decency to ask you about you and give you the space to be yourself as well, just like you gave them the space. It's like you like testing your people to see if how emotionally mature are they. With this diamond thingy in Santosha, I feel, are they a coal, yet to go through life as is, or yet to refine themselves to become the diamond that they're meant to be. Like, are they mature like the diamond, or are they still in the naivety zone where they are still exploring and getting to know life? If you don't like the word naivety, we can also go with innocence. Nothing wrong with that. But anyways, I feel you're someone who is like, who has a lot of layers to you. And it's kind of difficult for me to tap into each layer, but this could reflect in your career choices, how maybe you are a freelancer and you like doing different things, multiple things. Maybe you have a portfolio career. You are definitely an old soul. I'm hearing this is very specific, but I think some of you also like working with either very young, what's very young, either like children or like old citizens, old people. Those are like two different spectrums. Either some of you like working with children, or some of you like working with older citizens. I don't know why that came. Maybe that's like a confirmation for some of you for energy check kind of a thing. Okay, because we're not exclusively doing energy check for this particular reading, but let's get into it. So your conscious negative beliefs and associations with love. By the way, if you don't know why we're looking at this, I highly recommend checking out the intro, because that's where I explain why we're doing the reading the way we are doing it today. But with Santosha coming, okay, so I feel on a conscious level, your negative associations with love and romantic partnerships or connections in general is connected to the very high standards that you keep for people to like meet those requirements, which kind of takes me to the energy check with that we did. I mean, obviously there's nothing wrong with that. This is like you want to make sure that you have all the green flags in your person, and like no red flags exist, or making sure that the bare minimum things that you look for in a person, they are at least there. And why should you even stop at the bare minimum? You should definitely look at the kind of person that you actually deserve in life, right? But I feel this is kind of connected to trust issues, because the different females that I see, they kind of look like you in different phases of life, where you've gone through so many connections, even if these are not romantic connections, even like friendships or maybe relationships in general in your life. I feel you've gone through so many connections that you have said this, that you have ended up setting such high standards for your partners, or like future potential partners, that it kind of feels like this is not coming from a growth space, but rather it feels like it's coming from a shadow space, an ego space. And that's why no matter what person you are meeting, probably these days or for the past few months, Santosha, meaning contentment, or yeah, I think it's contentment. I feel you've been lacking the santosh in your life, the santosha in your life, the contentment that you would like to experience. And I feel this is because your guides are trying to show you that, let's see, having a list for yourself is good. You know what you want and you know what you don't want, right? What are especially your non-negotiables. But the the shadow aspect or the ego aspect that's kind of intertwined in this thinking is your trust issues. Because you've gone through so many different connections, difficult connections, that your trust has really, it has been broken down to pieces multiple times. And your guides do understand that while relational trauma can largely be healed within a healthy, a positive relationship, through relationships, right? And that's how you're able to completely heal relational trauma. At least I think so. I don't know. But but for you, I feel a huge part of you has yet to do your own healing as well. Your like healing at your own personal level, which involves working with your shadow aspects of what aspect of you doesn't trust you. There's also a trust issue with yourself, is what I feel. And that's why, like, I look at these mountains and yeah, they look like huge challenges in front of me, but the gaps in between those mountains feel like, okay, but there is a path, there is still a way. I can totally cross that, you know. And then what's stopping me? Why are we still standing here when we know how to navigate this? So maybe you did meet people who sort of, crossed your checklist, but still there was some sort of hesitation probably. And that's because a part of you, a huge part of you, does not trust yourself. And another thing that I am getting is that there is a need for acceptance as well. Acceptance for, like, you cannot expect a person to be completely perfect, right? Every person comes with their own flaws and everything. And yeah, removing the non-negotiables, keeping them aside, looking at a person whole and complete as they are, they will still be like generic flaws within a person. That's very human, right? So I feel that's a part that maybe you might use as an excuse. Okay, but this person does this. I really don't like this kind of thing. That's not my style. And maybe, no, I want someone does who lives like this, or I don't know. I don't know what that looks like for you. But I feel that you have way too hard and fast rules for the kind of person you want and the kind of connection you want, without giving space to the universe to align you with something that might actually be for your benefit. So let's say if there's something about a person that you do not like, but maybe universe align that person with you because it wants you to come face to face with that aspect and question that aspect. Okay, why do I not like this about this person? What is it reflecting within me? And and do I have an aspect which shares the same qualities that I might not be aware of or that I might not like about myself. Like, basically, your guides are taking you into a deep introspective zone where you might want to look deeply into. And this is highly intertwined with your soul journey. So, in case you're wondering, okay, why do I have to go through all of this? Well, that's the reason why. And then for your subconscious negative associations and beliefs surrounding love and romantic connections, we have prana. So, this will be the part that you may or may not be aware of. But coming to prana, I feel I can see why there is so much resistance. It's like the conscious you has created such hard and fast rules that this is what I want, this is what I don't want. That the prana tells me that, but there's a huge aspect of you who is like super deeply emotional and sensitive and has a completely different idea about love. And there is no, I mean, how do I say this? Currently, what I see, what's blocking you in regards with coming into alignment with your potential partners is not necessarily a childhood wound or something. Like, your subconscious negative association is that it's not a particular aspect or a trait that you have learned or that you're conditioned to. It's more like that these two energies are in contradiction to each other. And that's why you are not able to come into alignment with the kind of partner you would actually want to, or the kind of partner that you actually need in your life, or the kind of partner, or just like potential partners in general. Your subconscious, I feel, is on a sorry, on a conscious level you feel highly grounded and connected to your material world, but on a subconscious level I feel your soul is highly connected to your higher self with the prana, which is life force, and it's trying to take you into a deep dive of transformation with the moth and the butterfly imagery. And also this feels like an egg, so it's like birthing a new you. And it's interesting how we have a small and then a big and then a small and then a big. I mean, they can be anything, so I'm just saying small and big. But let's look at tarot. What is this contradiction? What aspect of you is in resistance to this? I'm pretty sure it's connected to you being more open, more communicative, more interactive, more expressive, because the color blue is like the color of throat chakra, and I feel maybe you just assume how, not assume, but like I feel like you don't communicate to your partners in a way where they can understand what you're looking for or what you would like for them to understand about you. And I think that's also why I got attracted to the desert rose, because even before I started the entire reading, the desert rose came out like, I am group 1. And think about it. A normal rose flower is soft, right? It's soft, it's flexible. You can easily bend and mold the petals. You shouldn't, but like you get my point, right? But then there's the desert rose, which is like, it's hard. It's a crystal. it's a crystal, but it's super hard. You can't really open it up and see how each and every segment or petal looks like, even though you know it's a rose. But you, because it's so hard that it will break if I try to open it up. And that feels to me like your trust issues, the boundaries, the walls that you have laid up, that your partners are not able to break through, even if they might have wanted to try to understand you. There was also something in my mind, but I'm forgetting because like messages is coming like it's difficult for me to keep up. Well, that's my problem, not yours. But yeah, I was talking about communication, right? Um, yeah, it's like because you don't open up, you don't communicate. It's like you have set it in stone in your mind that the other person should just get you. But the other person is not a magician, they are not a mind reader, they cannot just get you. You need to talk, you need to communicate. Okay, maybe over a period of time, you might have some expectations that, like we've been together for so long, at least now they should be able to understand certain parts of me or how I function and stuff. And if they're still not able to do that, well, what are you even doing in my life? And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like that kind of prevents you from exploring the potential new connections in your life, because that particular thing has wounded you so bad that now you're like, I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to waste any more time and energy. I'm just gonna feel out the energies in the beginning of this connection. If it doesn't vibe, it doesn't vibe, that's it. And it's like the other person doesn't even get a chance to like explore the connection with you, because every connection with every person is gonna be super different, and you already know this. I don't need to tell you this, but Spirit is like, group 1 needs this reminder. Okay, so let's look with tarot. I'm curious. We have 8 of Cups. Oh, did you see that jump? It's like it did a somersault or something. We have 2 of Wands in reverse for the subconscious. Okay. At the back of the deck, I have Knight of Swords. I'm not gonna take that. Let's see. Yeah, it's like even if it burns, I'm gonna leave it burning and I'm gonna walk away. Now I don't even want to bother with feeling things out or seeing where it goes. I'm so tired of this. I am going towards my awakening. Goodbye, Tata. And your subconscious aspect. I keep hearing I'm tired of waiting. Maybe you've been waiting for someone for a long time, even though you're like conscious aspect of you is like, never mind this shit. I'm going walking my own journey. Don't need no one. Yay, jaded for life. But your subconscious aspect is like, I still believe. I'm hearing Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby one more time. That song has this line, right? That I still believe. And I must say, Group 1, I am having a difficult time reading your doing your reading. It's not that I'm not getting messages, it's just the energy feels so scattered. Like there was a moment I had to pause the video because I had to pause the recording because I zoned out. And I feel you might be experiencing this out of body experience in your awakened state where you just randomly zone out. Maybe there is someone that you have in your heart that you've recently shut out from your life, that you have been trying to move on from. And although consciously it looks like it's working pretty well, you are moving forward, you are doing, you are moving on with life. But on a subconscious level, obviously it takes time. On a subconscious level, I feel there's this huge transformation going on. Like, this was supposed to be what are your conscious negative associations and beliefs about love and connections, and what are your subconscious beliefs, negative beliefs and associations about love and romantic connections. But this is not that. This is, like I said, for you, this feels like your subconscious. I feel you haven't tapped into your subconscious enough. That's why your subconscious, while it still might hold a lot of shadow aspects that you might need to work on, but it's highly, highly connected to your higher self. Or at least at this moment, whenever you're watching this reading. And that leads me to believe that it's like your subconscious and your higher self are plotting this huge transformation for you. And that's why even though you are moving forward, it still burns. Like the burn, what am I saying? Your emotions still sting from time to time. The thoughts, the memories still come back time to time. And probably you listen to some really cool songs to like forget about it and move on. Like I'm hearing Feather by Sabrina Carpenter. But there are some deep-seated emotions that you need to address. Because there is a lesson connected here. Your guides are trying to bring this whole thing to your attention, that how you need to be a little bit more open, a little less guarded, a little bit more trusting. And they know it's difficult. It's been so hard for you for like so long. But it's like you can't completely stay closed off to love and then also expect love to actually come into your life, right? But that's how this is right now. This part of you is open to love and wants to experience the kind of love that you actually believe exists, even though time and time again you felt beaten up by it, that no, this does not exist, it's all fairy tale fuck all stuff. But you don't know that. I'm saying that because we do see people experiencing this. So it's not that it does not exist, it's just the alignment issue that we're working with here, where there are certain shadow aspects that you need to work with. And okay, yeah, I noticed that whenever I come to the conscious side, that's when I zone out. Whenever I go to the subconscious energy, I'm here, I'm present. But the moment I switch to try to read for the conscious you, I just zone out and I'm like, just staring at the cards. um, that might be relevant for some of you. Group 1, what are you doing to me? This is it's difficult reading your energy. It's like your desert rose, even for me, for this reading. As in, you're not even allowing me to tap into your energy. That's how I feel. But hey, I still like you. You're cute. Desert rose is sexy. But okay, I don't think I'm getting anything more over here. It is what it is. The current lesson that you're going through is literally this. These two aspects being in resistance, in contradiction to each other. Where one aspect of you is like, fuck this, move on, I don't care, I'm gonna get what I want, what I deserve. And there's the other aspect of you just like, I'm open to love. I'm open to receiving and giving love. And because this one is in a more higher vibrational state, because it's connected to your higher self in a much more deeper level, like spiritually, this aspect of you is also in alignment with the kind of love that you're actually wanting, that you have given up on, the kind that you think does not exist for me or will never exist in my life, at least. Like, that's the kind of thinking that's going on. So I feel for you, it's not really a deep-seated thing that you need to work on. It's just your current thoughts and the beliefs that are being built around it is something that you need to work on. But let's look at the root cause of why you hold this santosha. Why is this artificial heart, number 12? Well, that kind of... it's new moon energy, by the way. The root cause of why you hold this particular belief about love, which for you is related to trust issues and also having such high standards, which is because of the trust issues. So like, artificial heart, I feel part of the messages we've already covered in santosha, because this goes back to the kind of artificial hearts you faced up till now in your life, and how that has like so deeply wounded you and left you jaded. And she's wearing a collar like something which is like chained, and it feels to me like you have been very adjusting to others, which takes me back to the desert rose, the messages that came for desert rose, that you have been very adjusting and giving space to others, but in that process ended up getting controlled by them, or they didn't treat you like a human. They didn't have the basic decency, like we said, to like do things your way as well, or ask like, how are you doing, or what are the things that you are wanting. It's kind of difficult for me to give examples of what kind of things you might have been through, or the kind of things that were said or exchanged, because I'm still getting used to like the whole general reading thing, because up till now I've only done like personal readings. But I'm hearing things related to your intellect or your intelligence that were questioned, or that were never paid attention to, or that there wasn't enough appreciation towards you. lack of acknowledgement and appreciation of you just for being you. And I think this definitely takes me back to your childhood. I'm seeing you as a child where you were not appreciated or acknowledged just for existing. Whereas the truth is that you just being here is such a blessing. But you were never given that feeling of unconditional love, unconditional presence, which is now leaking into your adult life where you're having a hard time navigating through connections, relationships. There is a possibility, actually a huge possibility, that the kind of partners that you have attracted in your life so far and that you currently might be attracting as well share the qualities that your parents possessed, the kind of beliefs that your parents held, or the kind of behavior they had towards you. For example, it could be neglecting parenting, or I don't know, maybe always putting you in a state of a lack mindset. I'm just giving examples from the top of my head. That may or may not resonate, I don't know. But with the artificial heart, it's like the reason you became so hard and fast and like a robot. Like this is you. I feel the girl here. Oh, and behind is a reflection of her, but with a different expression, I feel. I don't think you'll be able to see it on screen because it's very subtle. But I feel this is the real you, the one who wants to be wild and free and just be herself. Sorry, it could be him as well, or non-binary if, if that's you. Because it's a girl here, so that's why I said her. But you can be any gender, it does not matter. Whoever you are. But yeah, it's like you've lived your entire life just dolled up for other people or being a certain way because they did not appreciate you for who you were, who you are still from inside. And so you had to just play the robot, just play the AI for them. But with the initial messages that came with the desert rose, that you like to take up your space and you know how to take up your space, I feel like you definitely have outgrown this, but maybe not in a healing way, because these trust issues still exist, right? I feel maybe you've just repressed, or are in denial of these emotions. But you need to go do some inner child healing. Look up inner child healing meditation on YouTube and maybe try out one of those meditations. Basically, working with your inner child will help you get through this, I feel. For your subconscious, the root cause for the negative beliefs that your subconscious holds regarding love and connections is number 30, calling the storm. Oh, this kind of sits well. I feel like this is your higher self calling the storm, like, hold on tight, darling. Don't you worry. We're gonna get through this. No, seriously, it feels like an ancient warrior or someone you can rely on, who's like, it's like he's calling out to the AI girl over here that it's okay, don't worry, you're not alone. We're gonna get through this. Okay, we're calling the storm. Things are moving. Things are moving. I am here with you. Things are moving. You don't have to be alone anymore. You don't have to continue crying. And I like the number synchronicity. We have 3, like numerologically speaking. 12 adds up to 3, and a 3 over here as well. So 3s might be significant. For the root cause for this huge contradiction, I feel, is there because this aspect of you, like, we literally got prana. I don't know anything stronger, like what could be stronger than that, trying to tell you that there's this huge aspect of you that still believes that you maybe might have been tired of waiting, but you still believe you're not an artificial heart. You're not AI. Inside, your heart is still beating. You're not completely jaded like you think you are, like the diamond. You are still a beautiful, soft rose. And your guides are trying to, they're trying to call you to, like, I know we're supposed to look at the root cause, but I feel this is important to communicate that your guides are trying to show you that how can you still be a soft rose while honoring yourself, your sacred being, and not letting others step over you or take advantage of you, and how you can move through life while honoring yourself, while still being open to love and great connections in your life. And coming back to the root cause thingy, for your subconscious belief about love, or more like the contradiction that we have here, is because this is like huge. This is like a fictional character in my mind, which is like I strongly uphold this belief that this exists. I know it in my soul, I know it in my bones, I know it in my veins. Like, how if you watch anime, how a lot of shonen jump anime manga protagonists, or maybe not even protagonists, even villains, but like any anime character basically in a shonen jump manga has certain beliefs that they swear by, like they know it, and it's like, I know this is it. I don't know if I should give you a Naruto example because I'm a huge Naruto fan, okay? So I only get examples from there. I watch a lot of anime, I am an otaku, but that's the one that I usually get messages from. And like for Naruto, he has his own, his ninja way to never go back on his word and to never give up. And he literally held by it throughout his life, throughout the entire anime. So like, do you get what I mean when I say this is like so strong? Like that kind of dramatic fictional character in my head. Except it's not fictional, it's real for you, for your soul. Like a huge part of your soul, your higher self, is this strong warrior feel. I mean, not literally warrior, but more like, I know this is it because I said so. I said it, so I said it. And because I said so, it is. It's like that. It's giving that kind of energy. But let's look at how can you uproot the the conscious negative associations or beliefs. For the subconscious, I don't think it's gonna be about uprooting for you, but more like how to navigate this, how to be in flow with this. So we're gonna look at that next. But first, we have align your life. Do you see those fragments? What does that remind you of? Uh-uh. E. Sorry, that was stupid. But align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? How can you uproot these negative associations and beliefs about love? And a huge chunk of it, is this visible? I don't think it's visible on the camera, wait. And a huge chunk of it is basically how you can uproot this, I feel, is via integrating the various aspects of you, the broken aspects of you, the broken glass. That's dramatic. I like that. Maybe some of you are artists. But you might want to check out Teal Swan's video on fragmentation. That might be something that might be relevant to you, or that might help you on your journey. Or also exploring parts work, therapy, or emotional body healing techniques like EFT tapping, or I don't know, different kinds of things. But first of all, I feel you need to become more aware and acknowledging of your wounded self, your inner child. So definitely do the inner child meditation thingy and speak to your inner child. I know this feels so generic, like, okay, sure, didn't know I needed to do some inner child healing. But like, when it comes to relational trauma and like even like your own whatever personal trauma you carry, it's always connected to your childhood wounds, your initial growing years of your life. Okay, let's see, how can you flow in more alignment? Warrior woman, are you kidding me? Well, maybe you literally need to be a warrior, or accept the warrior that you are. Accept and accepting and trusting yourself more, because like I said, like your guide said, that you can be a beautiful soft rose while being in an empowered state, living in an empowered state. You don't have to close off to connections or love, or have a huge ass list of like things that you want or don't want in a person. Or I'm forgetting everything that I said. But basically, you can be all of it. A warrior woman is not someone who has her heart closed off. She is a warrior, but she embodies her feminine aspects, you know? She fully embraces who she is. Have you answered your deepest calling? And this is really gonna get you in touch with your higher self, your transformation energy, and your soul journey, and your soul path journey, whatever you wanna call it. Because look at the colors, they are so in alignment with each other. I'm loving it. Like, this is really good energy, group one. I know the reading so far has been so like, I don't know, a bit low in energy. I'm sorry I couldn't be as cheerful as I'm usually. But That's because I'm tapping into your energy, and I feel right now you feel this level of tiredness and like emotional exhaustion. But with the calling the storm, I'm also hearing your subconscious, your higher self is calling you inwards. Right now, remember, you've been to in your 3D grounded in the material world, but now you're being called to come back inside, withdraw inside, work with yourself, find your warrior woman that you are, while exploring your prana, your life force, and realizing that you can be all of it. You don't need to pick and choose that, oh, I have to, be a hardened. I need to harden my heart. Only then I can experience something good in connections and not face assholes. But that's not true. In fact, this might get you into alignment with a lot of assholes. Why is because your internal aspects are still fragmented, and until unless you do this shadow work, you align your life, align your fragmented aspects to become the whole you, the integrated you, which basically means connecting back with your inner child and giving her the love that she needed, that she didn't have when she was young. Again, I'm saying she because of the girl in the card, but you can be any gender. Okay, so the love, the unconditional presence and love and acknowledgement and appreciation that you deserved but you did not receive in your childhood, you need to give that to yourself. And no, this is not, oh, until unless you love yourself, how can you expect someone else to love you on the same level? No, that's bullshit. That's crap. Okay? Someone else loving you is not dependent upon whether you love yourself or not. You may hate yourself and you may still find people who love you for who you are. That's totally out there. That's totally possible. So don't let anyone else tell you any other way. But this is for your soul growth. I want you to forget about another person or another connection for a moment and just look at you, your journey for now. And this is what your soul is calling you to do for that very purpose. That once you step into your actual power, the whole partner thingy or the whole finding love or like whatever it is, those things will become like a side quest, because this is a very empowered state of being. Coming into alignment and being here, this is a very empowered state that your subconscious is calling you towards. And it's like by the time you come here, everything else becomes a side quest. Then it's like how once you become aware of some knowledge, you cannot undo that, right? Because now you're aware of it, you have grown, you've leveled up in that particular area of your life. It's kind of like that. I don't know how that is making sense, but that's what I was told to tell you. But I hope that makes sense. Anyways, for extra messages and advice, we have these two beautiful cards. This is what the artwork looks like. I'm sorry I have to cover it up. And these are the messages that they hold. Let's see this one first. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. Tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. I love that message for you. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. I know things seem very difficult right now, and I'm truly sorry. It's not like I can do anything for you, Group 1, but I am sending you a lot of healing and like loving energies. Seriously. I wish I could really give you a really, 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 really tight hug. But don't worry. As cliche as it is, have faith. Sometimes when we look at things from a zoomed in perspective, things don't make sense. But maybe a year or two down the line, when you look back, you will realize everything made sense. And why what you're going through right now, even though it doesn't make sense, but you're going through it for a reason. And the reason is right here, to become who you really are, to really explore the deeper depths of your soul. That's what I feel. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life. AI. But they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision, which can leave you jaded. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Someone told me resentment or not being able to let go or forgive someone is like holding a hot ass coal in your hand. That you are angry and you're holding this, but it's not doing anything to that other person. It's just hurting you because, your hands are getting burned. I don't know if that resonates with any of you here, but for me personally, I learned that forgiveness comes when you set yourself free. That holding anger or resentment towards someone else just keeps you caged, because you are again you are the one who's thinking about that other person or that other situation, and it's not like it's serving you for anything good. On the contrary, it's keeping you trapped in your thoughts, in your mind, and in your heart. And once you realize that, man, I just want to be free from this. I don't know about you, but at least that's like how it worked for me, that I got the realization, the shift in perception that I want to be free. I want to be liberated from this tight feeling in my chest. And I want to let go for my freedom. Like, I'm taking my energy back and I'm giving you your energy back. And I'm choosing freedom from this connection. So I don't know if that's something that you might resonate with. But yeah, that's all I have for you, Group 1. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, for being here till the very end of your reading. And I don't know, take care. I'm here for you, supporting and rooting for you from the sidelines. So yeah, let me know how the reading resonated in the comments. Only then I will know if I'm actually making sense or no, or do I need to improve on how I read for the general masses. So yeah, please let me know how the reading resonated in the comments. You can show me your support by a like or subscribing to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in my next reading. Follow for more vulnerable readings. Bye bye. Take care. Hello, Group 2. So if you chose this beautiful green Aventurine and this lovely artwork, then welcome to your reading. We'll be looking at this later because this is actually part of the extra messages that we're gonna pull. I mean, we've already pulled. We're gonna look at this later, so I'm gonna keep that here. But for your reading, let's begin with this, with the crystal. there were certain messages that came for you while I was shuffling, but I am forgetting. Yeah, I've forgotten. If it comes back, obviously I will tell you what that was about. But let's begin with your reading. We're gonna start by looking at what are your conscious negative beliefs and associations about love and or romantic connections or partnerships. And we have Atma. Wow. What's going on with the cards that I've been getting? I know you're just the second group, but like even for group number 1, I got such enlightening cards from the yogic path. Uh, there's something in the air. I don't know. I feel like we have a huge shadow work group coming and watching my readings, which kind of also makes sense because that's how my reading style is also interwoven with. But okay. Ooh. Atma, the all knowing. It seems to me, group 2, I almost called you group 1 because I think this is something that you, group 2 and group 1, might share in common, where you might think you know things, but your guides are like, no, you don't know things. I like your energy. I mean, it's your guides are funny, so I should say I like your guides' energy. No, I'm kidding. I like your energy too. I love all of my groups. Okay. Anyways, this is like I'm seeing the void or like a black hole. Like it may feel like you might feel like you are transcending or that you have transcended, but your guides want to bring your attention to the fact that it's actually what you think is transcending is. I don't know how to explain it. It's like what you're experiencing is not. I'm just feeling out the energy of the card, okay? That this is not a transcending ascension space. It's a black hole. It's a void storm where you're sitting. I have no clue what that means. We're gonna pull tarot for clarifiers, but it's like you could definitely be someone who's been working on yourself for quite some time now, okay? But maybe the kind of work that you have been doing is not really in alignment with your soul growth, because it feels more like, okay, I don't want to offend anyone, but it's like there could be multiple ways in how you approach your growth journey, right? But I'm being shown two kinds of examples where we have one person who directly jumps into meditating or communicating with their guides and doing all of that stuff, right? Like where I'm in touch with my higher self, communicating with my spirit guides and everything. And then there's the other kind of person who does that, but they also do a lot of internal work where I am working on the aspects of me that hold a lot of fear, shame, guilt, or the aspects of me that I've suppressed, repressed, denied, disowned, disassociated with. And I'm looking at all of those things. I'm doing a lot of introspective work while I also work on establishing my connection with all source consciousness, with the universe. You, my friend, do not fall on this end of the spectrum. Maybe some of you do. If you do, then I don't think this is your group. Then I think you should pick some other group. Because I feel with the Atma, I feel there's some sort of ego involved over here. Where it's like, I know I'm humble, I'm grounded, but somewhere from inside, your ego is active. And by ego, I don't mean like how usually people associate ego with a negative connotation, you know. That's not what I'm getting at. By ego, I mean the I, the consciousness, the identity that you hold. That is still it's still closed off to your subconscious self, which kind of makes sense energetically as well, because I was gonna pull like both the cards together, the conscious and the subconscious. But for you, I pulled the conscious one first and I kept the subconscious one back, which again I feel reinforces the fact that you focus too much on, like, not purposely, you not that you purposely focus too much on the conscious aspect of life, but I feel intentionally or unintentionally you end up focusing only on the conscious aspects of life, and you have no idea about your subconscious field. And maybe you might think you do, but the way your guides stepped into this reading in a sarcastic tone, you know, the all-knowing, I feel like you don't. And I mean, obviously, it's also a given fact. You can't 100% know your subconscious, right? Otherwise, the subconscious won't exist. But I feel like we still haven't gotten to what's the negative association, what's the negative belief you hold about love. Maybe it is exactly this, that because you're too much connected, or you try to be too much connected to your higher self or your spirit guides or the universe or whatever, that you forget about the real stuff. Like, spirituality is not about rainbows and roses and blah 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 blah. I forgot the lyrics, but it's about getting into the muddy waters, into the dirty muddy waters of your emotions. And I feel that is something that you haven't done yet. And that's why I think you might have been drawn to group number 1 as well, because they had sort of a similar thing going on. Although the messages over there were more specific, which I don't know, maybe some of you might resonate or might not resonate with. But yeah, let's look at your subconscious. Bhakti. Your subconscious negative association or beliefs about love and romantic connections and partnerships. That's a huge ass fucking line. I wish I could have shortened it. But okay, never mind. With the bhakti, the word I'm hearing is devotion, which I think bhakti can loosely be translated as devotion, but it's not exactly devotion. Bhakti is like, or maybe it is, I don't know. Never mind. We're gonna work with what we have. I think some of you, or maybe many of you, grew up in probably a very religious or a very spiritual home. And that's why I feel both your conscious and your subconscious negative associations with love are in one way or another connected to how it's all connected to spirituality, or just, I don't know, like, if it's not spirituality, then maybe to your religion or your faith or your devotion. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, except the fact that why it's coming as a negative association is because I feel you have an idealistic mindset about love, that this is what love is, this is how love feels like, this is what it's supposed to be like. And your guides are like, huh, that's good and all, but wait till you experience what love actually feels like, and it's gonna be like a I don't know. It's like a hard hitting thing on my face, and then me screaming, it hurts like a bitch. So it's like, maybe, I don't know, you could be someone who has never experienced love before, or maybe you have, but you closed off those feelings, telling yourself this is not what love is. This is not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this calm demeanor, the lovely rosy glasses, rainbow feel, unicorns, and whatever. But your guides are like, we hate to break it to you, but it's the hard hitting on your face. I don't know what's the line that they're actually telling me. I just keep hearing hard hitting on my face. Like, I did not expect this. This was totally unexpected. And now it's like I'm on the ground crying and being like, what the fuck just happened? It hurts like a bitch. That's the energy I'm feeling. But oh my god, group 2, I don't know what kind of life you've led, or if this is something that you've recently transformed into, like, I'm gonna be a saint. Life is all about being a saint. Love? Saint. I know it might feel like I'm reading the cards a little bit literally, but uh, even if I try to, like, see in between the lines, or in between the imagery in this case, it's like, yeah, it's like it still takes me back to just how serious. Look at these people. The one who's sitting with the eyes closed, and the one who's, like, so devotingly. I forgot the word for that. Anyways, who is so devotingly giving to whatever this is. It's like you're totally serious about this. And I think that's the reason why your guides are making me laugh so hard, because they want you to come out of this seriousness, because I'm sorry, I'm hearing it's almost laughable. Because this is, no offense to anyone, by the way, okay? I'm just giving to you what your guides are giving to me, okay? But this is like, you need to come out of this ultimate high level of seriousness, because life isn't meant to be so serious and boring. I'm sorry, group 2. I love you, I swear, okay? But your negative associations with love is connected to how you have an idealistic view about it, which is not really grounded in your 3D reality, which is not really how love or relationships function. And when I say idealistic, this is not even like the whimsy fairy tale kind of love that people yearn for. It's more like a very high level of expectation kind of love. That's okay, maybe for some it might actually exist, right? But for you on your journey, this is not serving you for your highest good. That's all I can say. Let's pull some tarot for clarifiers. Oh, look at that. Ace of Swords. Just look at the imagery and how she's also with her eyes closed. It's like, the guides are like, you don't need clarifiers. We're gonna give you the same thing. Yeah, you're definitely someone who's actually highly, highly intellectual. Maybe you're a mathematician turned into a saint. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I think you used to be a Knight of Wands. You used to be this funky, let's go girl type of energy. But I think you became jaded in a way. But so this is kind of interesting that how when people become jaded because of heartbreak or love gone wrong, relationship gone wrong, or just life putting you through a tough cycle in life, and how when things go wrong, people have different way of coping with that, with any particular trauma. And for you, I feel like some normal, I mean, okay, normal is not the right word, maybe your average Joe would become closed off to connections, but in your case it's like you became spiritually transcended. Like, this is all that exists. I am going to manifest the love of my life. I'm sorry. I will reiterate and re-emphasize. I mean no offense, okay? Your guides are just coming in with such a sarcastic, funny tone that I can't help but laugh about it. But seriously, it's like you were wounded so bad that you're like, my belief and my faith about this world and upon this world has been lifted off. And finally, I've transcended from all of these things, and they don't matter anymore. What does matter is just me, myself, and I. And just with that, I will manifest the person of my dreams. Or maybe you don't even want to manifest. But then that begs the question, what are you doing here? There's a reason why you're watching this reading. I'm arranging the cards this way because when I was reading for group number 1, I realized this is how I need to put them for the cards to have space. Let's pull a clarifier for we got 4 of Cups for the subconscious belief about love, subconscious negative belief about love. Interesting how you may think that you are giving to other people, or maybe you've been on this phase of your life where you're just serving others, helping others, unconditionally trying to be there, and again the whole serious energy. But I'm being told to bring this to your attention that subconsciously, actually, you are receiving through the process of giving. So you're not actually giving, you're actually receiving, but through giving. Does that make sense? Like, I feel when you give to others, that's when you feel that's when you feel fulfilled and whole. And you also receive love via the giving of love. And this has come as the subconscious, the clarification for your subconscious negative association regarding love and romantic connections. Why? I think it's because it's not exactly what you want or what you've been hoping for. Like, I think I need another clarifier for this Four of Cups. That's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take all of them, but just to take a quick look. We have Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, Six of Swords. All Swords energy. Wow. And then, of course, Ace of Swords. So yeah, definitely this is like a way of coping for you with the Queen of Swords. That you feel like you've transcended above all of these worldly desires. But with the Four of Cups being the only cup, I feel subconsciously you still crave for a sweet and gentle kind of romantic connection, Group 2. And with Two of Swords and Six of Swords, it feels like it's like you're blindly just going wherever life is taking you. Whatever situations your life is putting you in, or whatever people you're meeting, or whatever, I don't know, it feels like you're just going wherever life is taking you. That's what I feel. Without without like consciously creating, without conscious, the Star, are you kidding me? Without consciously hoping, wishing, manifesting, and with the King of Pentacles, consciously creating what you actually want. You are just, it's like you've surrendered to the universe completely, that my person will come, whatever, or if they don't come, they don't come. I'm gonna be alone in this life. I don't know. But I think this is what your guides were trying to say from the very beginning with Atma and Bhakti, that you might feel you're completely in touch with the divine, or completely in tune with yourself, but that is not equivalent of being a conscious creator of your reality. And it's time that you learned what that means, which means looking up the 12 spiritual laws of the universe, how this universe functions, looking up what does creating your reality consciously mean, consciously and actively, and how can you do that? I'm gonna leave this like this so that you can see the King of Pentacles. And I don't know if it's visible in the frame or not. I think it's slightly visible. Works. Okay, let's move on to the root cause of your conscious negative belief and association regarding love. That line is so long. Okay. We have Triumph of Lies, number 1. Kind of sits well, doesn't it? If you don't understand how, let me do the honors of explaining. Because this is it. This is... Okay, right now I'm just confirming the energies of the Atma card that we got, which is that you keep lying to yourself. You are in this energy right now, whatever we read up till now, is because the root cause being that you are not being honest with yourself. You are lying to yourself. And I think it's definitely connected to your childhood as well. That maybe you were conditioned to believe what love looks like, what relationships look like, how they should or shouldn't be, how you should or shouldn't be, whatever you are. I mean, whatever gender you are, or whatever sexuality you hold. Maybe a lot of you might belong to LGBTQ community, but because you were conditioned to be heterosexual, you could never, you know, come to terms to realize that no, living life on my terms is totally possible and totally cool, you know. I'm saying cool because my lack of vocabulary is fascinating, but you get my point, right? It's like all of your life you've been lied to about what connections are, what they should or shouldn't be. But there is no such thing as what something should or shouldn't be, because when you are the active, the conscious creator of your life, you decide what you want to create. You are the artist. You paint your painting. So this years of conditioning or the lies that have been fed to you, or that you also continue telling yourself that yeah, this is the right way to do things, yeah, this is the correct way to do things, that's the that's that's the root cause, that's which is not serving you for your highest good. And if you look at your subconscious, oh yeah, we got 2 cards for your subconscious, by the way. For your subconscious negative beliefs surrounding love. Oh, that's right. So I actually got obsession, but then today for tomorrow also was kind of jumping out, and I replaced obsession with this because I thought this was what wanted to come out instead. But then at the back of the deck I remember having anger chains or something related to anger and chains. Okay. And then I felt like, I'm not sure anymore which of these two should be there. Which is interesting. Did you notice the words that I used? Which one of these should be? Which takes me back to your energy again. That it isn't about what should or should be. What does your heart call you to do? And my heart called me to just keep both of them. So that's why they're here. Obsession and today for tomorrow. Accepting, acknowledging yourself. All of you. It's full moon energy. That's powerful. Maybe this last full moon, I mean, from the time that I'm recording, or whenever you're watching, whenever the last full moon was, or maybe when you're watching it is the full moon, or maybe it's about to come, things might get a little bit rocky. Or for some of you, I feel like you might feel like that you're experiencing a homecoming inside your heart, in your soul. But the odd number synchronicity is what might be important for you. Number 1, number 3, and number 5. 3 plus 2 is 5, so numerologically speaking. So odd numbers could be significant. But yeah, the obsession also ties well into the bhakti and the atma as well, I would say. Because this kind of takes me back to how subconsciously you might be obsessed with. I mean, it doesn't have to be literal obsession, to be honest. It's more like these are just more clarifiers and confirmations for each other, the conscious and the subconscious. Like, for example, for when I was reading for group 1, their conscious and subconscious were in contradiction to each other. Okay, they were not on the same page. For you, your conscious and your subconscious are the negative associations, they are intertwined. They kind of feel on the same page. Because you've been conditioned so deeply, your subconscious holds the same thing, your conscious is also coming to hold the same thing. And it's like no one is facing away from each other. See, these are also facing inwards, they're also facing towards each other. We don't have to count this, but but even like the energy, it's still the same, facing either it's eyes closed, facing inwards, and by inwards I mean looking at each other, the conscious and the subconscious. And even over here, the two female figures, they're also walking hand in hand. So I feel like your conscious and subconscious are mirroring very smoothly, very perfectly, except you still need to realize that these are the association that they hold with love is something that's not serving you for your highest good, basically. I'm hearing you need a cleanup. Now, what the hell does that mean? I don't know, maybe cleansing your energy, cleansing your space where you live in, or cleansing your subconscious, rewiring your subconscious. Your subconscious beliefs impact and influence your conscious beliefs. Your conscious beliefs impact and influence your conscious thoughts and thinking patterns, which ties back into a loop with the beliefs that you hold consciously and then also subconsciously. And you might be thinking, this is how that life is now, but you can come out of this. So even before I get to how to uproot these negative associations and beliefs, you have your answer, which is to rewire your subconscious, your beliefs, your thoughts. The best way to do that is through subliminals, or even inner child healing, or sitting with yourself and talking it out with yourself, having a heart-to-heart conversation with yourself. Like, I feel up till now, you might have been sitting with your eyes closed, but that's it. You're just sitting there with your eyes closed. You're not actually going deep inside and looking at the void, looking at the black hole, the muddy waters of emotions. Let's look at what we have. Did you see? I got them together this time instead of individually. So I feel the work that you can do to uproot these negative associations regarding love and romantic connection, the answer goes hand in hand. We have priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? And council of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Very interesting. With the priestess, I feel, and like, how are you being called to step up and lead? Oh my god, this goes back to being the conscious creator, the active creator of your life, of your reality. This is what this is. This is what that this is what that was about. The way to actually transcend is not by keeping your eyes closed, but by opening your eyes and looking at things for what they really are, And then from there, choosing, okay, now that I know what my reality actually looks like, how do I want to step up and lead? How do I want to take things from here? Instead of sitting in ignorance, how can I work with this? With my fears, with my anxiety, how can I work with whatever I've been suppressing up till now? And bring it to the light, bring it to the surface. With the counsel of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm, working with the spirit guides, working with sorry, working with your ascended masters, or whomever it is that you believe in or have faith towards, or if you follow a particular religion, I don't know. But basically working with light beings, your guides, to like work together with them, ask them for help, and like ask them to show you how can you step up on your journey, like for real, and not just for having a temporary moment of peace sake, you know. How can you for real grow spiritually? And I think you are meant to grow spiritually. I probably should have said this before, but I do think you are someone who is highly intuitive. We also did mention you're someone who's highly intellectual. But with that, I also feel you're someone who's highly intuitive and can really, really be a really good a medium for spirit, or a channeler for the spirit realm. You might also have been shaman in many of our past lives. I don't really bring past life stuff in current readings, but that just came through for you, so I'm putting it out there. And I feel nature is your best healer, especially for healing for the heart. But with the council of light, I feel calling in, I'm hearing the diamond ray of, it's called something, I forgot, but the diamond ray of light, I forgot. I'll just Google it up, okay? Check what archangels or archeis serve on the diamond ray of light and work with them. I feel that is something that will help you on your ascension journey. Okay, but to close off your readings for final messages, this was the original artwork that you selected. And with this, I feel baby steps. Take one step at a time. Be extremely gentle with yourself, because I feel you are a very, very gentle soul that needs to be nourished and nurtured very softly. And then I don't know if YouTube allows certain kind of imageries, R-rated imageries, so I'll have to cover it up because other readers also cover it up. But that's the second imagery. And whoa, this sits well with the Council of Light actually. Like, this is you, and this is your guides, your angels, or whatever light beings you choose to work with, coming in and helping you, healing you, undoing the conditioning about love, and rewiring your brain, your beliefs about love, and healing all that needs to be healed. But we have secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Interesting. You might have a secret admirer. It literally says that. And we have healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. I don't think I have any extra messages for you regarding this. we can take these messages literally. We sort of did cover the healing thing, so, you know. And for the secret admirer, I'm hearing this could also be your... I mean, you definitely could have literally a secret admirer, but your guides are also pointing towards you, your inner self, your inner child, your internal aspects that you have been keeping in the dark, in the void for a long time. But now it's time to step into the muddy waters and acknowledge that the aspects of you that you've ignored have deeper feelings for you than you might like to believe or think about. And that it's time that you gave them the attention that they want and that they need and that they deserve. Group 2. Okay, time to become a conscious creator of your reality, Group 2. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I had a really fun time reading for you. Let me know in the comments how the reading resonated, because that is the only way I will know if my readings are making sense at all, or do I need to work on myself as well. I mean, of course I need to work on myself, but you get my point, right? If the reading resonated, also would love if you can show me your support through a like or subscribing to my channel. But yeah, I'll see you in my next reading. Stay tuned for more vulnerable readings. Take care. I love you. Bye bye. Hello, Group 3. If you chose this beautiful leopard skin Jasper, yeah, that's what it is, and this beautiful artwork, then this is your reading. Welcome. And let's begin. So we'll be looking at this later because this is part of the extra messages actually. But I wanted to use this to like help you pick your group. So I'm gonna keep that over there. And let's start. So although we don't have an energy check as such, there were certain messages for you, I think, while I was shuffling your cards, which I am forgetting. And I realize from now onwards, maybe I should write them down. There is some sort of playful energy about you. You remind me of Chandler, group number 3. Maybe you like to use playfulness or humor as a defense mechanism. Right off the bat, if I hit it on the nail. Oh shit, sorry. Sorry, I did not mean to offend you. I love Chandler. Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing. Okay. I'm certain some messages came, but I'm not able to remember. So we're gonna hold that thought for a moment and let's just begin with the reading. If the messages come back, obviously I'll let you know. But first we're going to look at, if you missed the intro, I highly recommend you to go and watch it so that you can understand why I'm reading what I'm reading, like the questions that I've selected for this particular reading. Okay, so first we're gonna look at what are your what are your conscious negative associations and beliefs regarding love, romantic connections or partnerships. And we have Dharana. Interesting. I feel like it's strange that how the minute I turned your card, I started getting messages. Because usually I like to like spend some time with the energy and then give out the messages, but it's like it's flowing in. Like the dhara, the flow that this card translates to. And I feel some of you might have ADHD, I'm also getting those memes or reels about undiagnosed ADHD. The funny ones. But respect to all, no offense to none, okay? Um I said that because I was about to talk about the flow, but then immediately my attention went to the flowers and something about flowers. And like when I was having dinner, I was watching the new season of Avatar the Airbender, and there was this particular flower, which is, I think the flower is called the painted lady or something. I forgot, okay, what it's called, but it kind of reminded me of that. And anyways, the symbolism of the flower that I saw there was that whenever she appears, that means you are on the right path. And that might be significant for some of y'all. And I have no idea why that's coming when we're looking at your conscious negative associations with love. Okay, but to come back to that, I feel you are someone who is a deep, deep, deep emotional thinker. I wonder if there's a difference between emotional feeler and emotional thinker. Is it the same thing, or is it different? Because I find it interesting that I use the word emotional thinker instead of feeler, because you're definitely someone who feels things very deeply, but because of the imagery, I feel you are also a very, very deep emotional thinker. So sometimes, or maybe most of the time, you are a daydreamer kind of person, and you're usually in your head, and you overanalyze a lot of things. And it's like, you might also be someone who is kind of impulsive in nature, in the sense that you might end up getting yourself into situations where things get a little awkward because you just spoke without thinking, and you later kind of regret it. Not that much, maybe a little bit, but not that much. Fun. Okay. Interesting. I'm wearing a sunstone ring. I don't know if you were wondering or not, but the sun over here made me wonder if you were wondering or not. I'm gonna stop. Maybe not, but okay. This is not me, okay? This is your energy, your guide's energy. I'm just reading and feeling out whatever is coming. It's strange that I'm getting energy check related messages rather than the question for which I've pulled this card for, which might mean that whoever is watching group number 3, you might need extra confirmations of this is your group. So if these energy checks that I've been giving up till now, if anything resonates over here, this might be your group. But I feel you are someone who's highly decisive, who, if you set your mind to something, you will go and you'll get it done, you'll achieve it. You are a achiever, a go-getter. Or at least you try to be. By nature, you are a go-getter, an achiever, but if you haven't been able to master your mind and your emotions, at least to the degree where you can use them for you and not let them to work against you, then you are definitely able to manifest your achiever personality, your go-getter personality. But if you haven't been able to work If you haven't figured out how your emotions work and how you should use them, not use them, but like how to work with them basically, then yeah, you are definitely someone who probably deals with overthinking, staying stuck in your head, and maybe also getting out of focus, or like I said, the ADHD mind kind of a thing, the attention deficiency thingy that you might get, distracted very easily. And if so far this feels like you, then I think you have enough confirmations now that this is your group. If not, you can check out different groups. Okay? But let's continue. Now let's see. What are the conscious negative associations and beliefs that you hold regarding love? I think I'm gonna pull tarot right now for you. Usually I read the card a little bit and then go for clarifications, but I don't know, I feel like pulling the tarot now. Eight of Swords. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting loss of self-expression. You don't feel comfortable expressing yourself. Some of y'all could be that being with others feels unsafe. That was the word. That reminded me of what your message was when I was shuffling your deck. So, trigger warning, y'all. This reading might get a little, I mean, it could be very empowering maybe, but it could also trigger your shadow aspects, because something specific that came to me while I was shuffling was that some of you might have been through childhood sexual abuse, or abuse or harassment of some kind, but something that deeply impacted your soul, and it most probably still torments you till day. And if that is a message that doesn't resonate with you, I don't know if this is for like some of you or for all of you, but that was a message that came very strongly when I was shuffling for your group. And so the Eight of Swords, the feeling of unsafety, makes a lot of sense. That you associate love with unsafety, or the feeling of being unsafe. Okay, Spirit is showing me a lot of graphic details. Okay, that may be, again, trigger warning. If you're not comfortable listening to this reading, I do recommend taking off. But with the dharna, the waters, you might have fear of water or of specific marine creatures, like for example whale or dolphins. But I feel maybe some of you also faced bullying, and the graphic detail that I saw was someone drowning you like purposefully in water and you feeling suffocated. Could also be maybe a dream. Maybe you get recurring, like if it's not bullying for you, maybe for some of you it could be getting recurring dreams about drowning in water. Or I'm hearing drowning in a pool of people, like how one might feel suffocating drowning in water. You feel suffocating in that same way you feel suffocating when you're surrounded by people. So maybe some of you have social anxiety, or I'm not getting the word, I'm forgetting, I'm so sorry. It's a psychological term, but basically feeling unsafe in public spaces, fearing that you might get triggered. And maybe some of y'all have been taking therapy, or you have been practicing some sort of art to express your feelings out, to let your emotions out instead of suppressing them, which is so good. And I'm so proud of you that you did that, group 3, that you are still doing that, perhaps. And if you haven't discovered, if you haven't done anything like that, maybe this is a sign you can try doing that. Maybe through dance, movement therapy, or like art therapy, or some sort of expressive arts therapy, basically, which might be helpful. But yeah, this fear of unsafety is what you consciously believe or associate love with. Maybe it was a close loved one who kind of, betrayed you and pushed you off the cliff without even you looking. And they betrayed your trust, and that's why... Man, that's intense. Sorry for like all the things that happened. It's times like these that as a reader I might feel a little frustrated or blank as to how can I be of help. But hey, I'm just a medium. Seeking professional help is much better, I feel. But since you are here at this reading, and assuming you haven't left, I don't know, let's see what Spirit has for you, what your guides want you to know. Okay, so let's look at your subconscious negative beliefs and associations with love. Pranayama. Wow. This kind of reminds me of the Minion. You have found great comfort in probably things that you feel are super cute or squishy or really good cuddling material. That's a very specific message, and a random one at that. But I feel you are someone who is also a happy soul. You try to look at the brighter side of life. And while the optimism part is good, because you can't... Happiness is a state of being. It's not that I'll be happy today or tomorrow. It's when you decide to be happy that you are happy. And I feel that that might be the philosophy that you live by, which is good and all, but I feel with the subconscious, the pranayama coming as the subconscious, I feel maybe sometimes you tend to suppress or overlook the sad or the negative feelings. The feelings that make you feel scared, that no, if I think about it, I'll be sad again, I'll be zoned out again, I'll be blank again, I'll be angry again, I'll be resentful again. And it's like, to avoid those feelings, you distract yourself with probably some way. We did call you the channeler. So maybe you literally are like the channeler, and you distract yourself with humor and playfulness. Or maybe you literally get into the whole pranayama thing and start doing breath work. Now, breath work is good actually. It's good for regulating your emotions, but you don't do it with the intention of regulating your emotions. You do it with the intention of running away from your emotions. And that is the subconscious negative association that you have with love and romantic connections. Anything that looks even close to what you don't like, what you don't want to feel, you run away to find your peace, to find your happy state. You might be someone who does not like confrontations, who runs away from confrontations, and might have commitment issues because of that, because you don't want to confront the conflicts. So maybe you end up getting in either you end up getting into fights with your partners about it, or because they see that you don't want to solve things or like talk things out, they end up leaving you. And still you keep going through life like how she's just, I don't care, I'm gonna enjoy this life, yay. And you keep moving on through life, like how the people of today's day and age are so accustomed to scrolling on Instagram or even YouTube shorts now. Like how if something happened, okay, whatever, fuck that, I'm on Instagram, I'm scrolling. For you it's like, okay, fuck that, I'm here, I'm enjoying my life, that's all that matters. The positive outlook and optimism is really good, group 3, there's no doubt in that, but not at the cost of suppressing your emotions, denying your emotions, not allowing yourself to feel the feelings, because that is something that is hampering you, and slowly I feel it is also affecting your body in some way. I'm hearing a schema, that skin thingy, I forgot what it's called, a schema or eczema something. I think it's eczema. But you might have some skin related issues, or maybe reproductive related issues, or some sort of manifestation of this energy into your physical body is taking place. Or if it hasn't yet, touch wood, but you might want to start working on this. Let's see if you guys have a clarifier for this. We have Page of Swords. Again, sword energy. At the back of the deck we have 13, Death and Rebirth. Okay, this is totally random, but some of you might be fans of Miley Cyrus. I just saw her old, like glimpses of her old movies when she was like young. I mean, a kid. I'm hearing Butterfly Fly Away. That particular song might be significant, or you might want to hear it out if you haven't heard it. It's like one way or the other you're floating through life. Again with the Page of Swords, look how she's just focused on whatever the hell is written on that book. But if you look closely, it doesn't even look like she's reading that book. It just looks like she's just walking with her head down. And I feel that's your energy. Even if you open your arms and be like, yay, move on, happy life, happy, yay, you're not actually there. You're not actually feeling it. And you know it deep within. You cannot lie from, you cannot hide from yourself, from your emotions. It's like every part of you is pulling you towards your emotional healing in one way or the other. Every situation, every person, every Every event that takes place in your life is kind of pulling you towards a mirror to show you, so that you can see that, hey, baby, I was gonna say baby girl, but this is completely gender neutral, like you can be of any gender. But spirit is like, hey baby, like I don't know why I'm not able to say it. You're making me shy, group 3. But they're basically like trying to pamper you. The universe is trying to pamper you as gently as it can by triggering the hell out of you, by showing you a mirror that, baby, you need to work on these things. They are triggering you. We know it's painful. As loud as this rain can get. But we are trying to bring your attention to these things, to your emotions, your deep-seated fears, repressed emotions, so that you can grow, you can benefit in life, so that you can help heal yourself and actually enjoy this pranayama, this feeling of enjoying life. Okay, let's look at the root cause of why do you hold? What was the question? Root cause of this this conscious negative belief that you hold. And we have bride in a cage. Yeah. You have caged yourself. You are the protagonist of your life, and this pride, it's like this is exact energy that we have here. I think for both the conscious and the subconscious, where you want to stay optimistic, you're putting yourself in a, I mean, this is metaphorically speaking, you're putting yourself here in a bride's dress, but look at the state of that woman. She's not even a woman, she's a dead skeleton, or maybe an alive skeleton with, I don't know. but even if the cage was not there, just the fact that the woman wearing this dress has become a skeleton, it's like, how much optimistic can you get? How much do you think it's gonna help you? False positivity or toxic positivity will kill you, dear. There's only to a certain extent where positivity can help, staying optimistic can help. But unless you surrender to your emotions. I was taken back to Dharna. Maybe this whole deep emotional thinker came instead of deep emotional feeler, because you don't allow yourself to feel deeply. You may think about it, and it's a difficult space to be in. It's always gonna be. But the minute anything tries to leak into your conscious space, you suppress it. And I don't know how to explain this. I don't know exactly what you do, but it's like you kill your feelings and you just watch your thoughts like clouds float by. And it's like you are halfway there. It's not that the things that you're doing is wrong to like help yourself heal, but what you're doing right now is just, for example, if I have a wound, what you're doing right now is just putting a band-aid over it instead of treating the wound, instead of maybe washing it with soap and water and using some sort of antiseptic liquid or cream, and then properly bandaging it. Instead of doing those steps, you are directly putting a plain old band-aid on it. And that's not gonna heal your wound properly. It's not gonna heal your wound at all, maybe. It might even cause infections because you did not clean the wound, Do you get what I'm trying to say? Running away from your feelings and emotions is not the answer. I think I got a little sidetracked with dharna, but coming back to the pride in a cage, the root cause, I feel like all your life you've been controlled by others, by your parents, by society, always trying to live up to other people's expectations. And not that you wanted to do that, but it's like you were made to do that. That if you didn't do it, you would get punished or you would get scorned at. And I keep hearing and seeing whiplash. I don't know, maybe you were physically abused for not listening, or this is getting so dark. And it's not that I'm uncomfortable reading it or anything. It's just I hope you will be able to listen to these messages, and if it's too difficult, I don't want you to push yourself too much. Only come back when you actually feel ready. But I feel some of you might really like music. I'm specifically hearing piano. Did you see that ADHD mind switch again? My dear group 3. For group 3, I was going to keep the crystal Rhodonite, which is actually for group 4 right now. And I don't know, Rhodonite itself felt like it wanted to be group 4. That's why I switched the crystals. But I think my leopard skin Jasper is not as loud as my other crystals. It's more quieter, I feel. Or maybe I failed to listen to its wishes. But I feel the leopard skin Jasper chose your group for a reason. You might want to get one of these and work with them. I don't know, the energy, I think, maybe because of the name, I don't know, but it feels very empowering, it feels very comforting, it feels very grounded, like it won't allow you to run away from your feelings. It will stay with you. It'll help you navigate through this desert of emotions that's inside of you. Some of you might even have like immense pain on your shoulders, or like your RDLs. I don't know what's it called, but like your upper back, basically. The thing with expectations and how they could turn into burdens and everything, I feel like you grew up in a very, obviously, because all the messages that are there, it's kind of needless to say that you probably grew up in a very dysfunctional home where you didn't get the space to have an identity of your own, and you tried to make yourself stand out. But I feel time and again I'm hearing butchered down, pushed down by the people around you. Now, I don't know who these people are. Maybe from your school, maybe in your home. You probably won't even like me to call it home. Probably in your house, then childhood house. Or maybe relatives, if you grew up without parents. 21. Some of you might be very young chronological age wise speaking. Some of you. That may not be for everyone. But I feel you had to grow up and like mature. You matured very early, at a very early age, because of everything that you've been through. And again, I I keep going into the energy read rather than answering the question themselves. So let me get back. Get back. Okay, pride in a cage. I already spoke for this, right? The root cause. What was it? Uh, oh, yeah. So another word that I heard, but then my mind totally flipped into different topics, was enmeshment trauma. You might want to look that up. That might be something that some of you might have been through, enmeshment trauma, and could also be why you feel unsafe with people in your present day and age. And it's like, this is giving me the vibes of, even though you want to enjoy life, even though you want to be the pride of your life, or the pride of your life, you are unable to do that because you are locked up in your psychological cage, in the cage of your past traumas. And with the inverted moon, it's time to go within. It's time to address these things. You know, if you have any of the upper body pain or like shoulder pain or any other body thing that I said, it's connected to your emotions, and addressing them will help you heal. 11s could be significant for you. Okay, let's look at the subconscious root cause. We have forgetting oneself. Whoa, okay. Again, it's like these are acting as confirmation cards rather than adding new information to your spread, because forgetting yourself is exactly what you've been doing with the pranayama. You forget the parts of you that you want to address, and you only focus on the parts of you that you want to focus and enjoy with in life. But you forget that these emotions, these feelings that you've suppressed or repressed or denied, disowned, disassociated with, they're not gone just because you don't focus on them. Just because you ignore them doesn't mean they have disappeared. They are still very much there. And these suppressed aspects are calling out to you. You need to come face to face with them and work with them. Look at this. Look at the imagery. I'm looking away, I'm facing myself. I'm looking away, I'm facing myself. Over here, it's like still not looking at myself, even though my guides are like, look at yourself, take off the blindfold, look at yourself, look at yourself. Same over here. Does not look at herself, even though the guides are like, hey, turn back, take a moment to pause, check yourself out, check in with you. 8 could also be significant. You know, it's for your reading specifically that the rain has gotten specifically louder, by the way. So it's like even the heaven is calling you that you need to stop running away from your emotions, Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing. Okay. Oh, this was also I forgot to address before we move on. How it's connected to love. I think with this, it might be clear to you how it's connected to love and connections and romantic partnerships. But this is like the root cause. It's connected to your childhood. Okay, the emotions that you run away from, basically. Yeah, just wanted to explain that before we continued. And how to uproot the belief or the associations. That's why, like, there's no new message in particular. It just adds as a confirmation, I feel, the feeling of unsafety. And there were a bunch of things that came here. I'm gonna leave your brain to decipher that. But we have the initiation, 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 initiation. Anyways, we have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay. I mean, things couldn't get more clearer than this. The only way to uproot this mess, this conscious negative belief or association with love and connections that you have, is by crossing the threshold. Right now you are in this dark space and the gateway is right in front of you. You can cross. You can go to the Minakan or whatever that place is. So there's another card in this deck which is like exactly this place that you have, entered to, and it's like heaven on earth or something. And that place is there. It's there. You may not be able to see it because all you see is the stormy weather, the darkness, the weight that the memories carry of everything that has happened. But running away from the storm is not going to help you. What's actually going to help you to process all of this is to stop running away from the storm and go and sit deep inside it. Yes, I was gonna curse, but it's fucking scary. And you might be like, are you crazy? Like, what kind of person are you? Why are you telling me to go and sit in my own shitty dark past? But that is how this healing is gonna take place. The rite of passage, man, yeah. If I tell you right now that you are the creator of your reality, you're probably gonna punch me in the face and throw me out of my own channel. But here's the hard spiritual truth, that I'm gonna take the risk to give it to you. Whatever reality that you've created, it came into being via your subconscious. Okay, you were not, maybe you did not consciously create your reality, but your subconscious mind also exists. So whatever we are not creating consciously, we are creating it, fill in the blank, subconsciously. So you are still the creator of your reality, and you signed up for this as pre-birth intention. Because see, if this card hadn't come, I wouldn't be saying this, okay? But rite of passage, this is like you specifically wrote this in your soul contract. It's like a pre-birth intention that you will experience this darkness so that you can ascend on a soul level. You can experience that soul growth that your soul is looking for, to grow. And growth and evolution cannot take place without contrast and conflicts in life. It is only in the space of contrast that growth can take place. Which may not be always true. Growth can also take place in a very loving and safe space. But certain types of growth take place in a space of contrast, and that's why you have the hero's journey or whatever, where the stories where your protagonist goes through a lot of shitty things in life so that they become who they are in their current state of being, where they've, mastered a lot of stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, it does feel shitty. It feels extremely nonsensical, and you probably want to procrastinate and not go in there at all, but the only way to uproot and come out of this is to take the initiative towards getting to know yourself, giving yourself that space that no one gave you, by the way. No one gave you that space to be yourself. You just ended up becoming whoever other people wanted you to become. And in the process, you forgot yourself. You forgot about your emotions, your inner child. You forgot about a lot of things about yourself. And now it's time to go back. It's time to take the initiative to make the move towards yourself and grow out of this mess by going and sitting in that storm, in the middle of that storm, in the middle of whatever this looks like in your physical manifestation of the world. Whatever fear this is, whatever obsession this is I'm hearing, whatever danger this looks like to your conscious and your subconscious mind. And to uproot the subconscious belief, we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? With the boundaries, I feel perhaps now, at the time when you're watching this, you have already realized how to establish better boundaries with other people, but I can see that you still lack establishing boundaries with yourself. And what that means is, do you see that desert behind her? Again, ADHD's topic switch. But I spoke about something about like crossing the desert of life or something, I don't know, and that just reminded me of that. But anyways, coming back to the boundaries, I don't know, it's just something to do with boundaries with yourself. That means, I don't know, for some of you I'm getting maybe you used to do self-harm and you need to establish better boundaries over there, so that you take better care of yourself, or you seek out help when you need it, or even if you feel like you don't but you know you should. That was very specific for someone. I don't think that's for all of you. But also, for some reason I keep seeing like cookies and cinnamon. I don't know why. Okay, that takes me back to the cute stuff that you might like minions and stuff. There's this mantra that I recently started using to establish better boundaries with a certain person in my life, which is basically no action, no access. That means if I don't see a change in the actions of this person, or if I don't see them putting in action in the energy reciprocation part of our connection, where if there's no proper give and take regarding, in the action aspect of the connection, then I'm not gonna give them access to me. I won't allow their energy to live in my space, in my mind, rent-free, and I won't give this person the access to me in any way if I don't see the action. So no action, no access. Now I don't know who needed to hear that and maybe use it for yourself, but I don't know, let me know in the comments. Maybe it might be helpful for someone. But for most of you, I feel it's boundaries with the self. I'm trying to figure out what that means for the life of me. I don't know. It looks like, you know how some people have self rules for themselves, or self implied. I don't know if principles is the right word, but for example, if you're 18 plus and you know you I mean whatever the legal age for drinking is in your country, you might have certain self drinking rules for yourself. Like I have my own and I can use only that as an example right now because that's what's coming to my mind. But like I have certain self rules that I like to follow when I'm drinking, which might look like, for example, my top priority self rule is if I'm sad, I will not drink, no matter what. Because that is very disastrous. Anyways, so it's like having some self-implied rules for yourself. Well, rules sound very restrictive, but like self-implied boundaries for yourself that you know will ensure that you only take actions which are for your highest good and your highest benefit. Let's pull a tarot for this. Up till now I didn't pull tarot for like the other cards, but for you I feel like I should pull a tarot for more confirmation or like clarification. The Hermit. More than the Hermit itself, I keep getting drawn to this a small blue thingy that you probably cannot see, and it's really nothing at first glance, but it feels like something. Okay, this kind of feels like it's like you've journeyed to the top to find your peace and balance in life and maybe harmony. Maybe some of you might be Libra moon or Libra rising, or just might have Libra somewhere in your chart, I don't know. But it's like I'm hearing you've made yourself exclusive. You are already in the state where you don't give access to anyone. You don't give access to yourself to anyone, which is good, I guess. I don't know. Like, boundaries are important, but it's like you've been there for far too long, and I don't know, something, the blue thing, it's like it's calling the Hermit to come down and live near the lake, live near the waters, to ground yourself. To ground yourself. You see how it's going inside the, that's not earth, but like the ground. And I think this boundaries is about trusting yourself. That you need to trust that you have done enough work to understand what boundaries mean, and that now whatever person enters your life, you need to trust yourself and trust your gut instinct that you won't give them the freeway, that you will maintain healthy boundaries. But I feel up till now you haven't been trusting yourself enough, and that's why you keep pushing people away. But your guides are calling you to to have more trust in yourself, that you have mastered this aspect of life. Don't worry. You can come down. You can enjoy your life. It's totally fine. You don't have to stop yourself from doing that. And finally, to look at any extra messages and advices from your guides, we have these two cards, these beautiful imageries. This feels like allowing yourself, enabling yourself to feel the love, to experience the love that your soul has for you, that your guides have for you, that the people around you have for you. You've been pushing yourself away, you've been pushing other people away, and it's time to go inside, to sit with yourself, to allow yourself to feel the love that you carry. Not just for the happy moments or the optimism part, but for the darkness inside of you as well. The parts of you that you feel afraid of. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So, I don't know, you might have a person in your life from whom this message might be for you. But in regards with your reading so far, I feel this is a message from your suppressed aspects. You may not love them, you may suppress them, deny them, disown them, but they know you exist. They know that my beloved is still there. It's okay if you can't love me, I will love you still. And I'm gonna stay. And that sounds eerie, very eerie, right? But I feel it's to remind you, though we may be physically apart, you may separate us, you may disown us, the emotions speaking, but spiritually we are always united. Because ultimately, whenever you come to sleep, whenever you close your eyes, you, the conscious mind, connect with me, the subconscious mind. And together we connect with spirit, we connect with our guides, we connect with the universe, we connect with everything in existence. And that's why spiritually we are always united. We belong to the same higher self. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So how long are you gonna keep running away, my beloved? I think it's about time you open the door for me. Work with the moon phases. Luna will help you to very gently work through these emotions. Because see, if you don't consciously, you can choose not to work with Luna, but if you don't consciously work on this, whenever there's a full moon or a new moon, you're gonna experience heightened states of emotions, and your hormones are gonna be all over the place. I don't care what gender you are, they are gonna be all over the place. And it's not me speaking, it's the energies. The full moon and the new moon energies are intense, especially the full moon. So either you start working on yourself or be prepared to experience these heightened emotions, is all I can say. And if you choose to work with Luna, with the moon, so whatever phases of moon that are there, it's gonna become 100 times easier to navigate through these emotions. Because you can pray to Luna to help you to go through these emotions in a very gentle, in a very endearing way, as gentle as this message from your suppressed emotions. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. That is also eerily haunting, I'm not gonna lie. It's like your guys are trying to tell you that, see, no matter how you live your life, even after you die, these feelings, these memories, these emotions, they're still gonna be there and they're gonna go with you, honey. They're gonna go with you because they're part of your soul. You cannot cut off a part of your soul, and you're probably gonna carry it in your next life to work with them, to work on them. So why trouble your next life self when you can do it right now? I'm just kidding. But actually, I'm not. Maybe. I don't know. Um, Addressing those memories, those emotions, those heavy feelings. And it's not that you have to do everything on your own or everything all at once. Take your time. Take your time. Take baby steps, one by one. Okay, group 3. I guess that's all I have for you. I don't know. I don't have any closing statement for your reading as such. I don't know why I'm making it so formal. I feel deeply for you, but like, I know you are the one who can get yourself out of this. And I trust you. I believe in you that you will be able to do it. You just need to trust yourself as well. You need to give yourself that trust and love that you probably seek in others or in the world outside of you. But anyways, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. Let me know in the comments how it resonated. Only if you feel comfortable, of course. But yeah, I would appreciate if you could show your support by liking and subscribing to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned for more vulnerable readings. I love you. Take care. Okay, group 3. Bye. Hello, group 4. If you chose this beautiful rhodonite crystal or this gorgeous imagery, then welcome on board. You might be feeling, why do I sound so tired? The first 3 groups were kind of intense. But for your group's energy, I think probably you are the only group who does not have the as intense energy. And when I say intense, I mean like super dark. No, it's fine. Not like dark, but more like just a lot of heavy emotions going on. But for you, I feel things feel more lighter, more brighter. You seem like my happy-go-lucky pile or group, whatever. Also, when I was shuffling, like reshuffling and cleansing my tarot, I got the Lovers at the back, and I don't know, it felt significant to show you guys. So here you go. Go crazy with that information. Okay, but I don't know if it makes any difference, but like, my dear group number 4s, for some reason, your group, your crystal, called to me like crazy. Okay, I was going back and forth between doing a 4th group or not. Okay, because I don't know, this week I've been feeling a little bit down, and I was supposed to do the recording for this reading, this particular entire reading, like a few days back, but I could not do that because I was just feeling super low and I did not want to do it when I was feeling so low. So I waited for my energy to like get back on track, for me to get back on track. And finally, when I did get back on track and I sat for like shuffling for all the groups, I was still contemplating whether I should do a fourth group or not. Will I have the energy to pull it off or not? But I don't know. It's like, do you see the flames of the heart? That's literally how I felt. It's like a surge of energy came within me, and I was just like, no, you know what? We're doing the group number 4. I'm gonna do justice to my group number 4s. Like, the crystal has been calling me for like crazy, and I mean calling me like crazy, like group number 4, group number 4, and I don't know. It was just, I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm gonna get my energy back. So here we are, group number 4. Do you like momos or dumplings? I don't know, the shape kind of reminds me, even though it looks nothing like a dumpling, but I don't know, okay? Maybe you like dumplings. Just take it. Take the message. Or don't if you don't like dumplings. I don't know. But the rhodonite, I don't know, it's a loop. I feel like you might be stuck in a loop. Maybe, yeah, most probably an energetic loop with yourself or with a person, maybe a karmic connection. Blah. And maybe you have recently come out of it, the way it fell, and that happened sort of unexpectedly. I don't know, I feel like we might have some very super empowering messages for you. I have no way of knowing whatever the cards came, but let's do this. So we're gonna look at this card later, because this is actually the extra messages that I pulled for you. So I'm gonna keep that over there with the other cards. But here's what we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at your conscious aspects and your subconscious aspects. So your conscious negative beliefs about, if you missed the intro, go watch, because otherwise you won't understand why did I frame the questions the way I did frame them. So what are your conscious negative beliefs and associations regarding love and romantic connections or partnerships? And we have Pitta. Oh, and so I actually got a different card for this, but like I pulled that card, and then this card felt like it wanted to come more, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll take you then. And so I switched the cards, but I also looked at what the other card was, and it was what was it? I think it was Vata. Like, there are 3 of these: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. It was either the Kapha or the Vata. I'm pretty sure it was Vata, not Kapha. But anyways, the fact that then Pitta came, I was like, that makes sense. I did turn this and see, because I wanted to see the connection, the correlation between the 2 cards, and why this wanted to come more strongly. And like that one had the colors were like fully blue, but this had both blue and this orangey thing. And I was like, this makes more sense for some reason. So I went ahead with this one. And then your subconscious, I showed you a different card. It's okay. Yeah, your subconscious negative beliefs and associations with love. And we have dharma for that. Love the colors. Interesting. I have no idea what I'm working with here. Okay, so if you know about Ayurveda, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Pitta is related to the fire element, or is it earth element? I could be totally wrong, just Google it. But it's one of those elements. That's whatever you want to do with that information. Um, you know what, I'm gonna pull clarifiers for you right now. It feels a little strange. It's like the minute I started your reading, it felt like, oh, yeah, this is that group where I'm just gonna get messages like bang, bang, bang. But the minute I turn the cards and I'm looking at them, I'm like, ha, yay, where's my bang, bang, bang? So it's like, it feels like many a times you know something in your gut that this is it, this is it. But then in your 3D reality, you're like, uh, where is it? Where? I don't know if that's relevant for some of you or all of you. Take it how it resonates. But let's look at clarification for Pitta. The conscious negative beliefs and associations that group 4. You might have been attracted to group 1. I don't know why. That reading was completely different. But I was about to say group 1, that's why I was like, huh. Some of you might wanted to go to group 1. Anyways, if you're here for group 4, this is completely different energy. So, I don't know, stick to see if the energy check is... I mean, there's no specific energy check, but like, if this feels more like you. Otherwise, you can switch to group 1. Okay, let's continue. I feel like this wants to come out. Okay. That's a lot of cards. Okay. Fine, just for you. Group 4. You know, I did this with your other cards as well. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some cards that repeated. Not repeated, but like some extra cards that I got. And I was like, okay, just for you, group 4, I will take these extra cards. Some of you might be a rainbow child. If you don't know what that is, just Google it, rainbow starseed child. Then you will know. But we have the moon. 18. Wow. I don't know if that clarified things or if that made things even more messier for me. Pun intended. With the moon. If you don't know about tarot, it's fine, ignore what I just said. And for your subconscious, we'll look at this later. Let's look at this first. I feel like you might be an over-optimist. You actually might have been drawn to group 3 as well, just because of this over-optimism energy. But trust me, that's a completely different group and a completely different reading. This here is completely different again. But the word over-optimist came to my mind was because it's like you are someone who you are very selective with the kind of people you let in your life, in your inner circle, innermost circle. And it's like the way they are having an eye contact. Like it looks like to me like they're having an eye contact. And it's like both of them are having a soul recognition moment. Like, I recognize you, even though I have no clue whatever the hell that is. Like, I don't know what I feel. I don't know what this is. But something about just your energy just draws me into you. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm feeling. And it's like a very deep level of soul recognition takes place. For you, at least. I don't know about the other person, if it happens with other people that you come into contact with, into connection with. But for you specifically, this soul recognition takes place almost 90% of the time. Whenever you come across someone and you just know it, you can just feel it in your soul that something is different about this person. It's like I know them, but I don't, like, technically I don't know anything about them, but it's like I know them. And just based off that soul recognition, you completely end up trusting this. You end up completely trusting this connection and the person involved. And it's like, I don't know, I can't explain this feeling, but I know I can completely surrender and completely trust you. Because I know it in my core that even though I don't know you, I know you. And I feel this is your energy, and this could be the other person's energy. I don't know if you are currently involved with someone, or maybe a potential partner, or if this is past energy. I don't know, to each your own. There are a lot of people watching group 4, but for you specifically, I feel you are most probably the fire energy over here. You have a lot of fire energy in your energetic aura, or maybe even fire placements in your birth chart. And with whatever person or people that you have this soul recognition with, it's like there's always some sort of mirroring going on. Like, you recognize a piece of you in them, and you feel that they recognize a piece of you in themselves. Did I just repeat myself? I don't know. But the fact, okay, this was more like an energy check, but the fact that this came as your conscious negative association with love is very interesting to me. It feels to me like these soul recognitions have failed you before, perhaps. And that's why now it feels scary to open up to them with the moon. Like, there is still that twinning thing going on. There is still that recognition thing going on. And maybe currently you might actually be involved with someone. Okay, looks like a situationship, I don't know. But with the moon, it feels like you are purposely not coming to the surface. You're purposely staying hidden inside the water, being like, I don't know what to do. I don't know anything. I feel too scared or something. I don't know. Whatever this looks like to you or feels like to you. But it's like there is hesitance in taking action, even though things might look like like this looks like the perfect thing that's happening. I mean, we got the lovers at the back of the tarot deck. Do we still have it? No. but um, but it feels like in proper alignment. Like this reminds me of the infinity symbol, the number 8, and that takes me back to the Lionsgate portal. So maybe the Lionsgate portal that will take place this year, the 888, that means the 8th of August. Um, wait, what's the third 8? I forgot what's the third 8. Uh, okay, never mind. Just Google it, okay? Just Google when's the next Lionsgate portal. And that date, I think, is gonna be significant for you and for this connection. Um, but it's like every time you made a move in the past, maybe, like whenever you initiated things, it's like the other person couldn't handle your intensity, or maybe you came off as kind of intimidating or overwhelming to them, and they couldn't handle that, and so they ran away. I mean, not literally ran away, but the energy is like runner and chaser energy. You get what I mean? Google. I don't want to make my videos educational videos, okay? You can find tons of videos on like what I mean by being in the chaser energy and being in the runner energy. And maybe you see signs of this runner energy being there in this current connection as well. But the fact that we're looking at Pitta as being the negative association that you have about love, I feel, I don't know, the moon is mysterious energy, okay? And this feels like stay with it. Be patient. Stay with it. You don't have to immediately, don't take any extreme rash decision immediately. Don't be like, oh, this is not going anywhere, I'm giving up, or this is taking too much energy and time of mine, and I don't want to spend another ounce of my energy on it, I give up. Or don't be like, oh, I can't take this anymore, I'm just confessing up and like going and talking to this person. Instead of choosing the extremes, your guides are trying to get you into a state of balance, to understand that impulsivity is not gonna help. Taking a rash decision in a heightened state of emotion is not gonna help. What's gonna help is to stay a little bit patient. The moon is mysterious, it feels foggy right now, and the fog is meant to clear up sooner than later, okay? Give this some time. Give this connection some time to mature a little bit. It feels like you rush into stuff. It feels like you rush into stuff because maybe you already create everything in your head that, oh, like, you know, I just know it, they feel it too, and I just know it, our connection is going to be so beautiful when we get together. Or like you end up fantasizing about things and like creating everything in your head on your own without even taking action in reality, in real life. But you just think about it so much that it's like you create all the stories in your head and you live with them, but when it comes to actual physical ground, it's nothing but just staring. You get what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I feel you need to slow down a little bit. You need to ground yourself more. you need to get out of that water, step into the surface, and I don't know, just go and say hi in the physical world to this person, whoever you're involved with. And then looking at the subconscious negative beliefs that you have regarding love and romantic connections, we have dharma. And with dharma, we have Four of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and King of Wands. I'm not gonna keep all of them because I don't have a lot of space here. Okay, we have more cards to look at, so I'm gonna select which one to keep, but your subconscious negative belief is kind of similar to your conscious negative belief, to be honest. The whole soul recognition thing, it's like, I know this is meant to be, this is fated, and so you just give in your everything and all. Like, this is the end all be all, and I don't know how to say it. It's like completely devote myself to this, but you're not realizing that on the physical realm, you are not really connected to this person, to this connection. Because it's like, with the moon being there, I don't see any communication. And your guides are like, they're like saying, with the dharma, it's like, ground yourself, kiddo, because you are weaving all the threads in your head with the Four of Swords. Swords is mental energy, and it's like you are at peace thinking, oh wow, this connection is so nice. But in physical reality, nothing's really going on with the Knight of Pentacles. Like, it's like I'm dreaming about it, and I know it's gonna work out, it's working. But look at those pentacles, they keep falling. And pentacle is like physical energy, so like in the 3D reality, it's like this horse looks like your guides, who is like trying to like make you look at the pentacles falling behind you, like, hey, you're dropping them, hey, it's not working, whatever heart you are weaving, it's not working, it's not it's not reaching the other person, you're dropping them. And you're just totally unaware, you're like, I wonder where my person is, I can't seem to find them, I thought things were working out, why are they not showing up? That's because you're not. This pentacle that you're weaving it in your mind, in your thoughts, in your feelings, maybe. But in your physical reality, you are not following up with action or with communication. You know, whatever action needs to be put in the 3D reality, that's not there, I feel. And with the King of Wands, I feel this is like, there are like two sides to this King of Wands. One is the ego side, I feel, where, okay, things are not working out, you know what, I knew this was also going to be the same as the past energies. They're going to run away. I mean, they're already running away, even though I'm not making any moves, and they're still not showing up. What's the point? And I don't know. The King of Wands doesn't usually give me the ego vibe. Instead, it gives me the divine masculine vibe. But it's like, for the first time, I'm focusing on the darkness of his shirt, the shaded part of his shirt, where I do see his ego side coming out, where his hurt side, his pride, like it, what am I saying? Like, where his pride is hurt, his emotions are hurt. He thought he was making sense. He thought finally, this connection was it. But things don't seem to be working out. And it's like he's trying to cope up with the feelings by turning to his dharma, his duty. So that might look like consuming yourself with your work, drowning yourself in your career, um, in your passions, in your artistic projects. But don't worry, sorry, don't worry, you're not completely consumed with the ego. The the light part is also there, where the divine masculine is also trying to make sense and butt heads with his ego aspect, being like, hey, but what if we just extend this bond towards that person? Coming back to into the pitta energy, like, I want to extend this fire, this flame to them. How are we a king if we don't even initiate? Because the divine masculine is the energy of taking the initiative, is the energy of taking action. And I'm talking energy over here, I'm not talking gender, okay? So irrespective of whether you're a female or a male watching this, it's the divine masculine energy that needs to step up. So you'll have to use your own discernment. What energy do you hold more strongly? Divine masculine or divine feminine, and whether or not if this applies to you. Or let's say, even if you have more divine feminine and, less of divine masculine within you, then maybe it's a call to step up and work with your divine masculine energy. It could be that as well. Because we're not specifically looking at your person's energy for this particular reading. We are looking at your energy and what are the things that you need to work on to make your in real life more easier when it comes to romantic connections or partnerships, whatever. So I think I'm gonna keep the King of Wands and take these two back. But yeah, see, at the back of the deck we had Eight of Pentacles, and with this Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles is like hardworking energy. Okay, but look at how she's very, specifically concentrating and working on whatever it is that she's working on. I feel taking initiative, taking action is gonna be beneficial for you one way or another. When I say one way or another, it's because we're not trying to predict whether things will work out here or not, but what we're looking at is that there are certain lessons involved, especially around trusting yourself is what I'm hearing. And so irrespective of whether this person stays or not, there's a lot of growth happening for you, which, I'm gonna be honest, it would be ignorant to overlook this, because this is like immense ascension, growth. I don't know what I'm saying, and whatever spirit is giving me like the messages, I'm just delivering them. But yeah, it seems pretty important to me. Okay, so I still feel the message is a little bit vague. Like I'm not, it's not, the answers are not straight as an arrow, it's like a mix of things. But I hope you're able to make sense of the reading so far. And the root cause of this negative belief and association, the conscious one, is revenge. 23. Interesting. Why would we get revenge? For the subconscious aspect, we have peaceful among thorns. Okay, Avatar. Peaceful among thorns, revenge, 23. And 26. Huh. 23, 26. Interesting. I have no clue why I did that. It's like you have a sweet side of you that's hiding inside that you don't allow to come out. But you're actually very, very caring, very, very gentle. I'm hearing gentle lover. Very caring, very, like, I don't know, there's just something very cute about the energy I'm feeling. Like you're a very gentle soul, a gentle lover, and that you deeply, deeply care for these kind of connections whenever you come across them. And similarly, whatever situationship this is, you feel very deeply for this person, this situation as well. But it's like peaceful among thorns. But that sweet side is like hiding inside. It's hiding beneath the exterior, which is like stoic, indifferent, calm in the chaos. Peaceful among thorns. Oh my god, okay. That totally makes sense, doesn't it? That's how this energy feels, where the ego steps up, the pride steps up, drowning myself into my work, acting all indifferent and cool, like I don't care, I don't give no shit. You wanna come, you come. You don't wanna come, you don't wanna come. I don't care. But this is the okay, that's the negative association, like drowning yourself in your work or in your, I don't know, in your life, just to avoid this act that you should take, by the way. But peaceful among thorns, okay. I'm trying to see why is this coming as the root cause. Oh, okay. Because you don't allow yourself to be you. Group number 4. You don't allow your true self to come out. I think if you allowed your true self to come out, this would be so much easier. This would be like butter smooth, like a piece of cake. Like I don't know what other metaphor to use. But if you allowed your sweet self to come out, this would be so easy for your person to also communicate with you. Because right now, like, you also know that your energy can be intimidating or overwhelming for the other person, right? So maybe letting your sweet side out could help chill it down a little, tone things down a little, and allow this person to like open up to you and also take the initiation towards you. You get what I mean? it goes both ways. But it's like, because there's too much fire right now, the water is scared, like, oh my god, what if I get evaporated? But when the fire, I'm not telling you to stop taking your space or to stop being you. You be you, totally. Cool, okay? But at least in the initial phase, allow the water to also take up space. Right now, your fire is taking up all the space, and so the water is like, ah! I'm gonna, I don't know, not be able to exist or something. I don't know. But if you give the water person to like have some space, like I don't know, get curious, get to know them, give them the space to talk, and I don't know, get to know you maybe. Let the communication happen. Right now, the energy itself is so intense that it's like both of you are afraid of doing anything about it. But from inside, you're dying, literally feeling suffocated, like, I want to talk to this person. But nothing is working out naturally because the energies are so intense that it's difficult to even think about how do I have a normal conversation with this person. You get what I mean? But it is totally possible. Trust me, it is. If you allow your sweet side to come out a little bit more, this person, they could totally fall in love with you. They could totally fall in love with you. Why I'm saying could is because this is a general reading and no promises, okay? Take what resonates. But yeah, but they could totally fall in love with you. I don't know, your gentle, sweet side gives me Ang energy. I even call this person the Avatar. If you don't know, how can you not know? Avatar, The Last Airbender. Go watch the Nickelodeon series. And Aang's energy is like so innocent, sweet, playful. And I don't know, I feel like you might have a side like that. If you yourself are not aware of it, well, time to go into that introspective mode and explore. But revenge being the root cause, I think this is the most funny part of this reading. Because it's like, because of all the things that you've dealt with in your past, with the past connections, with this connection, if you see even just like a little bit of sign of the reflection of the past energies, it's like revenge mode on. It's like that, this the same energy. I'm not even a saint. I'm totally gonna, yeah, I heard the word, I'm totally gonna ignore you. I'm just gonna be in my warrior energy. I'm just doing me. I'm just doing me. Wow. Are you doing you? Sorry. Sorry. Let's keep this reading clean. But jokes apart, from whom are you trying to take this revenge when you haven't even spoken to this person? Like, come on. Oh, it's like fighting thin air. There's nothing to take revenge on when you haven't even communicated. And that's why I said this is like the funniest part to me personally. um but yeah, okay, let's look at how can you uproot. Okay, but wait, how is this? Yeah, I mean, definitely. Oh, I stopped for a moment because I was like, this is supposed to be the root cause. Why are these flimsy causes coming? But no, this is the root cause in the sense, maybe digging deeper into your childhood, you might be able to relate better. Like maybe as a child growing up in your home or with the people around you, maybe in your school or at home, maybe you grew up with people who took advantage of your kindness. I'm also hearing codependency. That could have also left you sort of relationally traumatized. I'm sorry, this is totally off topic, but I just heard another message for the Pitta one that, this is good. The staring thing is good. Let's just stay here and become stones and like not move for eternity. This is good enough. This taste, wow, this distance, this space, which I was was gonna say space, but it turned out to be taste. So I don't know. Maybe you wanna taste your person. Okay, whatever. Uh, but this distance, this space is like, it's good. Let's just stay here. We don't need to do anything. But this is not gonna get you anywhere, by the way. That was just a joke, okay? A side quest joke that I wanted to make because that came through. But going back to the revenge card, the root cause, I don't know what I'm getting at. I mean, I know, but I'm not able to word it. I can feel it, but I can't word it. My vocabulary sucks. Some of you might deal with a lot of self doubt, or self sabotaging behavior, or self depreciating behavior. I don't know. Any of these or all of these. Take your pick. But it's like you don't listen to yourself. Like, you listen to what your conscious mind wants to do, what your ego wants to do, but you don't listen to your gut feeling. You don't listen to your internal compass that's trying to guide you. Even over here, see? That looks like a compass to me. And whatever took place in your childhood, whatever kind of childhood you led, where maybe, yeah, like I said, maybe your kindness was taken advantage of, or people mistreated you or misused you for your soft, gentle side, and the life life made you jaded, and because of that now you're just you're like up with your swords anytime, all the time. I mean, metaphorically speaking, how this might look like in your real life is that you don't trust people. You don't trust at all. You may feel all these connections, you may feel like you want to taste them. Okay, jokes apart, sorry. All of that is fine and cool, but you don't trust people because you don't trust yourself. Because when you were young, when you were a kid, you couldn't protect yourself. And those who should have protected you did not protect you because maybe they did not know any better, right? Conditioning is a scary thing within families. I'm hearing especially Indian households. I don't know, I just had to say that because I'm an Indian. But I forgot my trail of thought. Damn. But basically, I think what I was trying to say was, yeah, in your current life, what this might look like is not being able to trust others, not being able to not being able to trust yourself. That was what I was trying to come at. That conditioning can be a scary thing, and it can also hold you to stand up against yourself, where you don't trust your internal compass. And what's more is that you need to do some inner child healing. I think this message has come for almost all groups. Yeah, I think it has come for all groups. Because what does it mean when we're targeting the root cause of something in our, life? Especially when it comes to emotions and, beliefs and beliefs that we associate with anything in our life, especially love and relationships or connections in this case. It's all connected to your childhood wounds. And being that unconditional loving presence for your inner child that your inner child needed at that time in the past but did not get from others around them, or from, how will they give it to themselves, but going and meeting your inner child and giving them that unconditional presence and love is what's gonna help you heal. Now we are yet to come to that part, how to uproot this. But It's not revenge, it's the opposite of revenge, which is camaraderie, coming together. Instead of dividing, it's integrating with your inner child. So go on YouTube. I mean, you are already on YouTube, but like search inner child healing meditation, and you'll find a bunch of stuff. See which one draws you in, which video draws you in, and go do that meditation. Go walk and spend time with your inner child. You really need it. Group 4, I cannot emphasize this enough. Your sweet, sweet child needs to come out for your relationships to work. You are so closed off and guarded off to the rest of the world that the reason why you keep attracting runners is because you are a runner yourself. You may think you are a chaser, but you are not. Because you have so many walls up, you don't trust others easily, you don't trust yourself. You yourself are running away from connections, so obviously you are going to be a vibrational frequency match to a runner. But the minute you drop those walls, the minute you decide to trust yourself, the minute you work with your inner child, call them back to your heart center and make them realize you are not alone, I'm here with you, and we're gonna work through this. And you become trusting of others, you will stop attracting the runner energy. You will stop, you will come into alignment with a neutral, I don't know what's the neutral state between runner and chaser, but the neutral, the healthy, secure, stable connection. And if you're like, no, this is the person I want, then I don't know, maybe because you have mirroring energies, maybe if you stop running, maybe they will also stop running. Maybe, okay? No promises. Because a runner is a runner. They also have their own healing journey. They're also on their own journey. Whatever the situationship is, I don't know. But at least do your work. This is going to be so helpful, and this is going to bring your divine masculine back into the divine masculine instead of the ego side of the King of Wands. Okay. How to uproot this negative belief in association. Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I am not surprised that this card came for you. Look at the chains holding them down and how they're breaking free and releasing themselves. This looks like your inner child that you are finally allowing yourself to let go and release. Unbinding yourself. Soul patterns. I don't even think I need to explain this any further because it kind of intertwines with everything that we've already spoken about. But basically, reintegrating with the aspects of you that was hurt, that you don't trust, that doesn't trust you. You need to find a common ground between the two of you. You need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with your inner child. And for your subconscious aspect, oh yeah, we got 2 cards for this. You are already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north, and don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This takes me back to peaceful among thorns. Peaceful among fucking thorns. Because, I don't know, it's like you picked this up somewhere, that having this kind of stoic demeanor is what's gonna get me through all the pain. No, it's not. Don't dim to fit in. Hiding away from your emotions, closing off your eyes to your feelings, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help you or your connections. Not today, not any other day. Trust me. I mean, you don't have to trust me. I'm just a random person on the internet, but trust your soul. Trust your gut instinct. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Your light here is your sweet side. That you are being unfair by not sharing your sweet side with this world, okay? Like, I'll tell you, people will be fawning over you if you let this sweet side out. I was about to say I would also fawn over it. But I'm gonna keep our boundary between us as you being the viewer and me being the reader. Okay, never mind. I might cut this part out. Okay, and you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Yeah, maybe you're not completely off the course because the card literally says you're already doing it. So maybe you are on the right tack. Be tacky. Cringe is good. Anyways, you are already doing it. I feel with the moon in this that you're not far off the track. It's like slowly but surely you are coming into recognition of what your soul wants and needs. I don't know why this message feels so random, I swear to God. I'm just gonna take a clarifier for this because I don't know what it means for you. Knight of Cups. Well, well. Isn't that a cute clarification card? You are on the right track, the way you're trying to approach through initiation and taking action. You just, I don't know, like this feels kind of cringe, doesn't it? He's there with a bouquet of roses, has I don't know, a love letter or and some champagne. It feels cringe, but it's so obvious that he's here to make an offer. Offer in the sense that he's here to, I don't know, maybe propose to his person or trying to show his love to this person. And I don't know if your guides are not saying that you have to be this literal, that you have to go and confess your feelings. We're talking about, remember we spoke about being patient, not rushing stuff. So it's like, look at him, he's just chilling on his chair. He's not getting up and being like, I'm gonna make you mine right now. No, he's seated there, he's just chilling and waiting. But at the same time, he has made it super obvious that he is into his person and he is waiting for them to respond. So maybe make things... Okay, first of all, work on this. This is the most important thing. Okay, working on this is gonna allow you to naturally come into this state, the Knight of Cups state, where you will then be able to practice patience while also making sure you take enough action and also give the other person the space. I don't know. Copy paste all the messages that came here. I hate repeating stuff, so that's just a me thing. I'm sorry. But yeah, you get my point, right? You can be totally chill, be seated, but not without making it obvious with, I don't know, a bunch of hints that you are into your person. Like showing up in the physical. Okay, cups is emotions. So while the energy has been there and maybe also not there, because I don't know, like, because there's no physical action or communication going on, with the moon being there, it feels like, I don't know what I'm. Sorry. I'm just a little tired. But, um, to make all of this a little bit more solidified, a little bit more apparent in the 3D world, by like communicating with your person, or I don't know, dropping hints, but like just taking action towards the person. Why is this so difficult? It's like, I feel like this is your energy. When you hesitate to make a move, you don't trust your gut, and your guides are like, fuck all of that, like, just go with your heart. We know it's difficult, it's always going to be difficult, but it's even more so difficult because you have these certain wounds that you need to work on, and which will be for your benefit. And look at what we have at the back of the deck. Four of Wands. That's celebration energy. This is Four of Wands in traditional tarot deck is marriage energy as well, and like 1111 energy, and like highly spiritual, a lot of stuff, okay? But this is beautiful energy, and this could be one of those Instagram reels or like Pinterest memes where the tag says this could be us, and they're like they're like cute couples cuddling and stuff. That's the feeling I'm getting for you. Like, this could be us. This could be us. And you and your person. And just vibing, just enjoying. Like, up till now, the energy has been so intense. Like, I don't even know if I can crack a joke with this person. It's like that. But here with the Four of Wands, it's like, oh yeah, we are the same level of crazy. Oh, and we have Ace of Pentacles beneath that. And that, my friend, that. I don't know what that. But basically, this is the physical materialization of everything you hoped for. Actually, everything better than what you hoped for. That's the motherfucking Ace of Pentacles, baby. Sorry for my language. I'm not apologetic, genuinely, but I'm apologizing out of courtesy. But okay. That's the daddy of all the pentacles, okay? It's the ace. You cannot beat the ace. I have successfully won this argument. Now you will have to make a move. Towards yourself first, please. This emotional healing is so required. Anyways, to have some, finally closing the reading with some extra messages and guidance from your guides. We have these two beautiful imagery. This takes me back to Pitta. But this feels so serene. I feel this is you after you do this healing thing. Like, you're just like, life is so beautiful. You know? I don't know, let's look at the message. We have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. I am not even surprised, but I'm so happy and I feel so giddy because the confirmation, the synchronization. Also, look at the colors. There's a lot of blue. I don't know what's the significance of that, but There's a lot of blue energy, okay? Even this is blue. And then we have deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Group number 4. Need I say anything anymore? Trusting your gut instinct. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And see when this comes. This feeling, this... Just look at the quaint expression on this person's face. Like, it's like they've achieved everything in life. Like they're truly, truly happy where they are. And I feel this is you when you work on yourself, when you integrate your inner child within your being, and then this is what you're able to do. You're able to trust yourself. Congrats! You're able to trust yourself. This is totally possible. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Please. Transformation. I love the imagery of this card. It's like, my heart is on fire. It's actually Girl is on Fire, the song. But I changed it to My Heart is on Fire. But this could be you. This could be your energy with the transformation. I don't care if you're a girl or a boy, a man or a woman or whatever. 18 plus only, please. But whatever gender you are. Hello, my dear non-binary pals. Still getting used to it. But yeah, irrespective of your gender, go listen to that song. That song is made for you, to hype you up. This girl is on fire. Okay, so transformation, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. I'm so glad we did this group number 4, because I was gonna take you out, but you helped me lighten my mood. This was the only reading which was like so light. I mean, the other readings were kind of dark, but me laughing every 2 seconds here and there probably made it lighter for the viewer, I hope. But this is your reading, group number 4. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below how the reading resonated. That will really help me to understand if my readings make sense, or do I need to change a few things here and there. Okay, and yeah, consider showing me your support by liking my video and subscribing to my channel for more vulnerable readings. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Take care. I love you. Bye bye.